News. I should be able to from race 2, but I won't do race 1 as I'm currently out at the minute. Damn, okay, no worries. So I can't use Jamie. Race 2's not a problem.
That's alright, we're running late because Nikki isn't here at this minute, so... Done any testing? No. Okay, I've got a decent setup, so... Okay. Kelly's tested it and anything's better than what I've got, so...
Did you sign anybody else?
I've got a decent one, so...
No, we didn't have the money after Callum McManaman and that left back.
Andy, where are you taking double points?
I haven't got a Scooby-Doo.
Next week at Alton Park.
Yeah. It never matters to me. Matt, I'll take him tonight.
Fucking will you now? Let me read these rules and regulations first, shall we? Nah, it's alright, I'll put you down for them.
It's not going to make a difference where I take him, to be honest, I don't think, so I may as well just go for him.
And then when the cars pull away, they jolt to the right bit. Okay, so just be wary of that. So I want to just tell you to the left.
Of course, Master's not fucking around at the minute, is he? Of course he's not.
That's what we just quickly tested it.
Watch the start, Monkey Boy, by the way.
Oh yeah, it kicks right.
Kicks to the right?
Yeah, massively. Who are we missing? Oh, excuse me, I've done it again.
Evo's just joined.
Oh, there you go. In fact, I've even got a bit longer. Each driver will nominate a double points round and are required to inform yourself or Dan. This must be selected before the start of that round's qualifying session.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Gary wanted to take double points the other week. I went, it's too late, pal. We've sent the invites out. He's like, oh, bastard.
Oops. You could retrospect do him and ask him if he wanted him.
No, he's took them since, I think.
Ah, right, it went last week.
No, it wasn't last week, no. So, drop score.
But yeah, I thought it was quality.
What?
I think it should be as soon as the stream, so at 8 o'clock, when the stream effectively normally starts.
Yeah, so Mike, that, bang.
Go for it.
Monkey, you fancy your look tonight?
I like it, but I don't know if I do.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah. Not both of you.
The only other two places that I could possibly take him is Laguna.
Yeah.
But I'm quick again round here in this, but I'm not sure. Or Rapuna.
Yeah. See, mine was going to be next week, but obviously when they missed fucking Hockenheim, it was like no brainer.
Yeah, no brainer.
But then when you look at it, I scored 40 points on my double. I scored 51 last night.
I'd have took Nürburgring.
Oh yeah, so as we've gone about consistency wins these titles. I've only just noticed my last 3 weeks, bar last week, was all 40 points. Can't get much more consistent than that, can you?
No, you can't do much. No. I wish mine was fucking that pal.
It's a bit easier to get that in Pro-Am, innit? No disrespect to the Pro. Look at Monkey Boy season, E-Rain seasons like that.
Yeah, to be fair, I could probably...
Well, this is being held up for a little bit longer.
But yeah, it's just getting the back end right on this. Once the back end's right, the fucking thing's a beast. But Dan was shocked at he went, fucking hell, how late do you break? So they come in this.
6 to 17.
Pretty much, if someone rear ends me when I'm braking in this, it means they were not making that corner.
Yeah.
And closes on lap 17. We have no one who wants what to do. We have no one what to do.
Keegs is online, but...
Late and slam it through the gears.
That way. So change it from broadcast to direct. It's the only thing I can suggest, really.
What's that?
You will have to do it.
Change this from broadcast. Just put me after stream with all the stuff on the screen, which means I've got to do cameras, make sure when everybody's pitted, jot down when everybody's pitted, jot down incidents on the fucking stream to them fucking... Fuck's sake, Nicky. You could have fucking let me know earlier that you weren't going to make it.
Smithy not around.
No.
Oh, well,
Just, I've text Welsh, I've text Smithy, I've text Mazda, I've text Jamie. Jamie's not around. Fuck.
Look at
DJ Phil offered the other week, but that's a fucking. I'm not having. That's a no go.
change camera about fucking 10 minutes after you start.
Here's
Who are
peace.
waiting on them?
We're waiting on a couple of drivers, but I'm waiting on a commentator. Otherwise, I don't know what I can do. Because I don't think to let me start if I'm just race director with no broadcaster. Who are we waiting on? Little Ichimo, Biggs, Andy, Monkey, Gary, BT, Argent Fury, Sutty, Disco, Dan, Kelly, X-Mark, Peaceful. Did I say Biggs? Yes.
Yeah.
So no Maze
No.
and no Nicky. That's it. Maze and Nicky.
Yeah. No, yeah. But there's only one driver and the other one's your...
Yeah, so can I do that to race director? Will that let me start?
Yeah.
It will. Right, fuck it.
Yeah. They should be ready to go at 8.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I've been trying to... Fuck's sake. Fucking good, that, isn't it? Right, I'm going to have to just jump into a party. I'm just jumping in one with Sutty, so I'll catch you in a bit. Well,
Yeah, no,
just me, Sutty. Speak to you later.
See you later.
Porsche, the Clio, and then Porsche again. Porsche, BMW touring car, then Ginetta GT5. That's from your THR days, I'm guessing. Yeah. Mine's from my motive days. Fuck's sake, Joe, this is... What's the matter, Matt? You knew this was coming. You knew Nicky was not going to be on time, so you're going to have to do it that way. That's big. How did the GT5 season 1 go? Guessing not good. Right, I'll send you the setup in a minute.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. Here then for the GT3s of the Pro. Apologies about tonight. I was going to have to commentate on my own as we couldn't get anybody in, and Nicky is slightly delayed with a family matter. So I'm on my own for this first race, but we hope to have somebody in the commentary box with me for race 2. So you're going to have to put up with a little stuff across the bottom of the screen, and I hope to pray that the admins are watching and are keeping an eye on the action that happens tonight, because I'm going to need their help jotting the things down for tonight's action, and I'm going to need their help to make sure that everything is ready to go with this round tonight. But we've got the pros here at Texas, and as you can see, 15 guys out there, no Mace Gamer at the moment, and it's going to be one heck of a night for these drivers that are on this track. They've got one heck of a challenge out there, and let me tell you, this is going to be very, very interesting. It's already a close fought season as it is at the top of the standings, but this week is going to be even closer. If anything like last night was anything to go by, where the Acura and myself took 2 race wins, but a lot of drama, a lot of action happened. It's a track that seems to be very unforgiving, but at the same time very rewarding, and a track that could easily, very, very easily, bring up some absolute shocking results. Not shocking in a bad way, but results that we don't expect. We saw Dean on the podium last night. How many people thought Dean would have been there? We didn't see Ben Parkey or Plava have the best of nights either, so it was a bit of a shame for them guys, but also at the same time a very, very interesting night's worth of racing that we had as well. Like I say, Matthew Duffin here on my own in the commentary box tonight for this first race at least. Hopefully for race 2 we'll get somebody else out in here with me, so you're going to have to put up with all this nonsense on the bottom of the screen and hope and pray that it all goes according to plan and running nice and smooth, and we'll see what we can do as we go forward with this. End just quickly for the championship standings at the moment. Then we've got 324 points and 611 points left to play with here at the moment. That's not right, because then when I do that, that's going to equal 297. I don't know why that's saying different to what we've got there. Either way, it's going to be interesting. Why is that sum not working there? So that's T4.T15. And that's T23.T34. I'm not quite sure where the points have been worked out for that. 324 left, it's saying for us. I'm not quite sure why that's worked out like that, but either way, we're here and we're ready to go. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happening there. It's got the points seem to be a little off here at the moment, and yeah, we are going to be ready to go very, very shortly in this one. And what a night we're going to have left for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. It's a cracking night full of action here in the Pro, and it's going to be an even better race night for you guys, for the guys out there, because there's a lot of points on offer tonight, a lot of points to play for, and a lot of things to get right, all wrong round this legendary circuit. Then what will the boys do around this fantastic Texas road course, which I thought was I enjoyed the track last night. I thought it was an absolute belter of a circuit, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant to see a different track other than Daytona for the halfway point of the season being used out there. Who have we got in the chat? We've got Disco McDisco Face, evening to JR Sim Racing, Mummy Davis in the chat, good evening to you. We've got PN Motorsport, Gary131 in there as well, and then Fury's Grandad Tony in there as well. 14 people currently watching the stream. Guys, girls, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. And yeah, let's get this one underway. The championship standings. Excuse me. The championship standings then are an interesting one, to say the least. Who will be able to take the glory here? Dan, 21 points clear of Andy on the current standings, with Fury 29 behind Andy, though. Still with that double points due, so 21 points. He's still really, you've got to say, in the driver's seat for this Drivers' Championship here. Dan needs to start to just pull points back on Andy before Andy takes that double points, because the minute that's been taken, Dan may just start to struggle ever so slightly to get them points back. Gary then, he's 34 points behind. He used his double points well last week, brought himself right back into contention as the two-time champion. Apologies, I'm forgetting here to do the cameras, so we are just sat on Sutty for 5 minutes there. I do apologise. I'm trying to do everything at once here tonight. It's been a while since I've done it. BT Target in 5th place, yet to use his double points, but some 75 behind. Again, a good double points round, brings himself right back into this. Dan is not yet clear. Emo Guy is a point behind him, with D Big sat in 7th on 88. Mace Gamer is 8th on 82 points, with Peaceful, Sutty and Exmo all tied for 9th, 10th and 11th on 63. Argent some 4 points behind them in P12. Disco is 13th, with Little Each 14th. Monkey Boy in 15th place, 8 points ahead of Kelly Davis. And in the Constructors' Championship, we've got the points looking like this. We've got Shake and Bake Motorsport, so 22 ahead of Sandbags Motorsport. The Mercedes-Benz boys of Emo Guy and Fury really having a great season, and are going to do some bits on their Constructors title fight. Slingshot Motorsport slowly dripping out of it. Both drivers yet to take double points, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, both drivers yet to take their double. In fact, no, Disco took his double at Fuji, and that ended up being 2 DNFs. So he scored nothing on his double points. So that's really hurt Slingshot Motorsport with Shake and Bake. Still got D-Bigs to use theirs. Leach Motorsport then are just behind them by some 15 points. Then it's Team Prolapse who are behind Leach Motorsport. Forever Forward Racing are some 18 behind Prolapse. Simplay Racing in the Ferraris. And then it's Audio Sport Prolapse at the back of the field. And for this man and Monkey Boy, his teammate, what can they do in the Ferrari? They've shown glimpses of that pace that they've got, as we say, evening to Fury's mum. They've shown glimpses of the pace they've got, but what can they do as it goes forward? into this back half of the season where the tracks may start to suit the Ferrari as well as the McLaren. As we see there, Gary 131 just clipping the outside wall. We're going to see these Ferraris maybe get stronger as the season goes on, but the Mercedes-Benz are going to get even better as well, because their tyres are going to... The way that they use their tyres are so aggressive on the tyres of the Mercedes-Benz. They're going to be so pumped up and so better on the harder tyre as it starts to get warmer as we go into March and the back end of February, where the circuits like Laguna Seca and Long Beach could really benefit from that hard tyre usage. As we've just seen Peaceful have a bit of a spin there. Here's KLF, a man that, he's not been on the form of what he was Pro-Am. Consistent, but not where he wants to be. Can he find a way forward? As May's game has got in with us now, so there is 16 runners in with us, and that's what we want to see here tonight. Full grid. We hope to get full grids back in the Pro-Am as well soon enough. There's apologies, just trying to sort something out here, just because the spreadsheet isn't working properly. It's not up to date properly. If we do that, that still says 324 for some reason. So I'm not sure why that is doing that. But what can Kelly Davis do tonight out there? Gary 131 come back to his best last week. You have to say he looked absolutely fantastic in the wet. Got many people's driver of the day. What can he do as he goes into this final race? Into this final half of the season, because don't forget, this is the halfway mark of the season, and he's got some work to do to get back into this championship fight to win. Let's not forget that third title, the same as Dan, to be tied with Dan on that 3 titles. That could be so important as this championship goes on, and so very important as this season rolls on as well. He's got an absolute mountain to climb, though, if he's to be able to get this championship back under where he needs to be and back to where he wants it to be, which is at the front winning races. It was nice to see Gary win races last week. Nice to see him back on that top step of the podium. Very nice to see him up there. For some reason the sums are wrong. It's not having it. It's still working it out as wrong. So we'll have to leave it out. I have no idea. But evening to everybody in the chat who's watching. Get the poll on as well. Who will get pole position? And the options this week is going to be Andy, as always. You've got to always go with Dan. We're going to go with the top 4 in the championship, so then Fury. And then the final option is going to be Gary 131. Who will get pole position? They're your options in the chat. So Unorthodox, Andy, Gary or Fury, get your predictions in the chat. Where's the lead? Who's the leading Mercedes at the minute? It is Fury, this man. Getting better, getting stronger every season that goes by. And how's he going to fare as he comes into this back end of the season where there is tracks out there that, yes, all right, might not suit the Mercedes, like Alton Park, Ruapuna might not be the Mercedes' best friend, but the temperatures mean that it can be on the hard tyre. And we know that the hard tyre is a better tyre than the softs, as BT currently setting the outright pace from Andy from Dan. Exmar Argent, the lead Mercedes out there at the minute, and look at that top 11 separated by 0.8 of a second. So it is close out here. Kelly currently quicker than D Biggs, Monkey Boy and Little Each. So it's going to be interesting to see who can do what out on track this evening for yourselves. Hope you're well, hope you're keeping safe. Obviously a couple of storms incoming this week, as we know, if you've been battered by the wind and the rain already. A couple of days left of this and then it looks like it's going to blow out the way, so hopefully it'll be over and done with soon. But yeah, interesting weather coming at the minute. Fury, where's X-Mark? Just gone into second. Look at the prolapse boys running a 1-2 here at the minute, looking absolutely fantastic for a good couple of places. Looking absolutely brilliant if they want to take a couple of wins here or there, because these two are on some good form at the minute and look brilliant. BT Targrave said he's getting stronger. He got stronger in the Merc, he got stronger in the Porsche, he's getting stronger in the McLaren. And this man as well, Exmont, let's not discount him, because he we've seen in LMP2s and we'll see him again in LMP2 on Saturday. He is also another man that is getting stronger and stronger every race he does here at Simplay Motorsport, and he could be a shout tonight. And look, if you look at their pace, a tenth between the two of them. And the top 12 now separated by just under a second. The pace is hotting up, and this tonight is anybody's game, and it's a shame that we've not got Nicky or someone in with me as well to talk through it, but this could be anybody's game here tonight. X-Mark's actually just gone quickest, a tenth of a second quicker than his teammate BT Targa, who is out there on the circuit. Currently in the pits is Andy and Discos, the two BMWs sat in the pit lane at the moment in time. As X-Mark goes back to pits, BT Targa Fury's gone up to third now, so a lot of drivers out there putting in some good times. Maze Game has now gone up to fourth. You know, top 12 separated by just under a second as Sutty's in that 1:16 mark. Peaceful's looking good as well at the minute. Is rain a possibility in this race, Matt? No rain around, really, Tony. There's the weather. Last night the rains blew from Texas, and it's absolutely beautiful tonight. Clear all night at the moment, according to the weather report. But obviously we're keeping one eye on the weather. Obviously due to the time zone, we can still check the weather going into race 2, so it could all change going into that second race. But looking at it at the moment, not a drop of rain, not even a cloud in the sky. All looks fine and dandy from where we are at the minute. Poll at the minute, Dan and Andy, 50%. No one's put money on Fury or Gary. Or I say money, no one's put a vote on Fury and Gary at this moment in time. I tell you what, it's a good job BT and X-Mark wanting that chat. Evening to Peaceful Stepdad, hope you're well, buddy. There's Little Leach gone a bit quicker. He's gone up above Kelly now. So Kelly, some 9/10 of a second slower than Little Leach at the minute. And pace to find, but where will this pace be found? Here's Argent then, having a good season back in the Pro. Not been in the Pro since season 1. He's having a cracking season at the minute. A real good time of it. As, oh, that's Peaceful there, just having a spin and getting himself into the pits. Now, let's not forget, is there anybody practicing the pit lane? In fact, is Peaceful's in the pits, so we'll keep an eye on when one of them moves. In fact, there's Gary, but we've just caught him too late, as that was Maze Gamer and what looked to be Sutty. Yeah, Sutty going very deep. There's Little Leach doing a few pirouettes. Steve Biggs, Monkey Boy. Is Peaceful coming out of the pit lane yet? No. What about Disco? No. Maze, he's not. No. In fact, we'll go on board Maze then. So let's go on board Maze Gamer here, and we'll go onto the roof camera. Now, there was a video posted out this week that if you haven't seen it, if the drivers haven't seen it, should I say, then they could be in a lot of trouble, depending on the pit lane exit and entrance here. So as you come down here, you cannot just rejoin the circuit. The end of the pit lane is right around this left-hand bend. And then me and Dan spent a bit of time. We spoke with the admins about it as well, and have decided that the exit to the pit lane, and oh, that's not the exit to the pit lane. The exit to the pit lane is right down to turn 1. So let's see if Peaceful's going to come out anytime soon. Fury's now in the pits, as is BT Target. So we'll have to see if any of these guys leave the pit lane then, because Maze took the wrong pit exit there. Anybody coming out the pits so far? No, these are all still in the pits. Here's your current defending champion though at the minute, Dan. Not voting for Fury, as I don't want to jinx him. Maze looking quick though. Keeping an eye on these boys in the pit lane. Right, Fury's on his way out now. So let's go on board Fury. So you've got to stay below the oval. You can't rejoin the oval until the exit of turn 1. Oh, sorry, until the entrance to turn 1. This is a safety reason more than anything, as Monkey Boy's gone quicker than Kelly and quicker than D-Big. So you've got to stay off this banking part here. Now in practice it'll be seen as a warning, but in the race it will be looked at a bit harder. Fury now gets a vote for him, but Dan and Andy still tied off 4-3. So you've got to stay down underneath the banking, look off the circuit. Maze joined there. You've got to stay ahead, to the left of that white line until turn 1. That's the safest possible option that me and Dan came up with, for the drivers coming round the oval to be able to see where your car is. The entrance to the pits, now this will be an interesting one. And if we can get someone to test the entrance, as Mike, you see there, look, coming through just nicely. If we could get someone to test the entrance to the pit lane here, that'd be an absolute gem. Here's Andy, just coming around. And he's not testing it at the minute. I wonder if Mike's listening. Mike, if you're listening, just give us a quick flash of the lights and test the pit entrance, if possible. In fact, no, you're probably on a lap. If anyone is listening, just do the pit entry. Good, there's a good chap. But yeah, you've got to be able to get underneath the pit lane. You can't take the exit. You've got to be able to do, not do what Maze did, to do what Fury did though. Stay all the way down till turn 1. Mike then, I don't know if he's heard us, because he's not able to do that. Kelly, if you're listening, just give us a flash of the lights, buddy. And if you're listening, could you do the pit entrance for us, just to show what we're, just to demonstrate what we're on about? I know you normally have the stream in the background. Unless, of course, you're on a flying lap, then in that case, carry on. Nobody put a vote in for Gary yet for the fastest driver. Andy's gone second within 600ths of X-Mart then. And that's a good lap for Gary. For Andy out there then, we know Andy's a qualifier, he's fantastic and wants to convert more into pole position. And who's that? Oh, and that was either Andy or Disco there. Wow, that was a big evasive manoeuvre. That was Andy who had to take such evasive action at Kelly there. And Kelly then is going to, no, I thought he was, no, he's not. So you basically, you come out the final corner, and let's go on board somebody who's near this final corner then. Mike's coming up to it, so let's go on board Mike here and let's just show you what I mean and demonstrate to you what I'm on about in terms of the entrance to the pit lane. This is the safest way to get in and out of the pits without dropping down the banking, because if you drop down the banking it can unsettle the car quite a lot and it can be quite messy. So you come out the final corner, you have to drop to the left now, as Mike is going to do to absolute perfection here. Thank you very much, Mike, for this. Mike then drops down under the oval. You have to stay around this part of the circuit. You can't drop down late into the pit lane. You've got to drop down early enough and obviously hit the limiter by the time you get in there, as Mike demonstrates absolutely superbly. And yeah, does it absolute to perfection there. Fury and Maze slipstreaming each other, and I think that is Unorthodox just behind them. Yes, it is. And going to be interesting to see what these can do here. I've just done it for you, Matt, says Fury in the chat. Sorry, Fury, I didn't get to see that one. We wasn't on board you at the time. Apologies, but thank you anyway. Thanks to Mike for helping out as well. So that's your pit entrance and your pit exit. Anybody found dropping into the pits at last minute or cutting the pit exit will be penalised or will face action of penalty as practice is complete. And for Gary Peaceful, Emo... No, so for Gary Peaceful, Sutty, X-Mart and Andy, they're all done in terms of their practice. Overtaking round here, it's not too bad. It's not as difficult as we're going to face next week at Alton Park, but at the same time, it's not as easy as some other tracks we go to this season. The corners, sweeping kind of corners, the sharpest corners are on and off the oval, the two hairpins on and off the oval, which... Get one up the inside could be the right choice. 9 people have voted in the chat. 44% of them people have voted for Dan for pole position, which the poll will end in just a moment. So if you haven't got your voting through, you think we'll get pole, get your vote in now, as it could count. Well, it won't count to anything, but it could count to see who will get pole, or who won't get pole, should I say, as this goes on, as the practice end comes to an end. These three are going to cross the line. Any improvements here by these three? No. In fact, yes, there was. Fury went fastest overall, so Fury's time absolutely rapid at the minute, and Fury going great guns so far. And that is the practice session over, and the poll is going to end there. So people predicting Dan will get pole for this first race. Outstanding stuff if that happens. But Fury, the quickest man in practice so far, with X-Mart second from him. What will happen in the qualifying session, though? This is where it's about to change. 17 people currently watching. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button so far, please do. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button to stay involved with all the action. We're going to be live Saturday, 6 hours of Monza in the World Endurance Championship. Absolutely buzzing for that. I'm going to miss Saturday pretty much, as I'm going to be at Snetterton. Oh, what's happening at Snetterton this weekend, buddy? I hope you have a good weekend. I hope you have a good day at Snetterton as well. As BT Targ then, well, he's not going to get pole. So it will not be BT Targa on the pole position then. He's got a grid penalty. And what a shame for him. Is it just a one place? Yes, it is. It's just a one place grid penalty. And there you see everybody coming out the correct pit exit. Is Emo Guy's got himself a grid penalty as well. So that's another one place grid penalty for Emo Guy. Gary still in the pits, as is Argent, as is Sooty. That's Maze Gamer coming away from the pits now. So interesting to see as he comes out the pit lane. Oh, he's gone straight back in. So not sure what that's all about. Oh, he's spanning the pit lane. That's why I looked away for 2 seconds and he's spanning the pit lane and absolutely dropped it. Obviously, clearly a bit of damage on the front of that car. Argent Gary and Sooty not going yet. Are they waiting for something? Are they waiting for a tow? Maze Gamer coming out now and drivers just starting to start their flying laps here. And this is where it's going to get interesting now then. So Maze Gamer out the pits he comes. What is the line he takes this time around? Does he just rejoin after this part of the track? Because that'll be a big no-no. Nope, stays well to the left this time and manages to get that one done. And this is what I mean with this. Look, the driver's on the oval. Who's just behind Maze Gamer? So they would have seen him coming out the pits a long time before. That is one of the BMWs. That is Disco McDisco Face that would have seen him coming in. But let's watch this man a second, Andy. Stage rally. Oh, there we go. The rally on at Snetterton. Well, enjoy the rally this weekend, buddy. Hope you have a good time. Hope the weather holds up for you. And I hope it's nice enough. Andy, though, let's watch this man on pulse. We know Emo Guy and BT Target. Grid penalty for them already. And round the banking he comes then to end his first flying lap. He's currently purple at the minute. I went pole last night with a 15.2, I think it was, or a 15.5. It might have been, and Andy already on the 15.4s, and that is one heck of a lap. Where, though, is Fury? This man could have something to say about it. He's coming around the banking. Reckon the Merc will be quite strong tonight. Good in a straight line is the Merc. Can it be what it needs to be? He's got a tow from BT Targa. Crosses the line. Goes fifth. Where's X-Mart at the moment? He was quick in practice. He's coming around the banking now as well. As Dan goes second with a 15.6. Disco third. Peaceful up to fourth as well. Not far for back. Here comes X-Mart across the line. Only P6 at the minute. Work to do for him. Sooty and Gary not yet got going here and are still in the pits. Disco and Andy are leaving the pits now, but Sooty and Gary not yet left the pit lane. Here comes KLF, not in anybody's slipstream here, just casually on his way into the 17 dead, quicker than Maze Gamer. Come on Andy, Emo and Disco, says JR in the chat, but still no sign of Sooty, Apex or Gary here. Wet and windy by the looks of the forecast, so well his job, says PN Motorsport for the rally. Argent has, I believe that's X-Mart in the background, yes it is, in his slipstream, but Argent at the minute on a lap. Fury though on a quicker lap through sector 1, sector best for Fury at the moment. Just looking at the sector times coming in, Andy obviously pitted, so he's not on a better lap this time around, but can Argent put a time on the board, and if so, what will that time be? There's a car exiting the pit lane, so is that Gary or Sooty? As drivers are coming round now, no purple middle sector for Fury, but we're going to stick with Argent a second. We'll go back to Fury in a minute. In fact, we don't need to go back to Fury because Fury has just gone quickest. Dan's gone second fastest as well. Here comes Argent. Watch for X-Mart in the background. Where's X-Mart going to jump up to? He goes P2 now. Great lap from himself and put in a little bit of time between him and Fury, who's back in the pits. It's Sooty who's out. Gary still in the pits. In fact, Sooty off. Was he taking evasive action there? KLF then coming around to finish his lap on the oval. As Emo Guys jumped Andy down to fifth, and Peaceful in the pits, Fury in the pits, Gary still in the pits. Here comes Kelly, Little Each pits as well. Maze Game run a purple sector 1. Kelly crosses the line, stays 14th. Excuse me, as Maze Game are there, very wide, two wheels on the grass, coming through the end of the infield, and he's gone back to the pit lane, so clearly doesn't feel like he's got enough there to improve. Andy though on a lap now, can he find any improvement here? Will he go any quicker? As at the minute, he's currently 3/10 off the pole. 3/10 isn't a lot of time to find, but it can also be at the same time so much to find. Welly's standard equipment in Wales, I believe it is. So, them and Velcro gloves, they're their standard equipment in Wales. But X-Mark within 600ths of a second of Fury. Andy within 3/10. It's so little, but at the same time, so much. Gary is now out the pit, so he's on a lap. Biggs down in 13th. He's struggling at the minute. One driver tonight, by the way, on double points. We'll get to who in the mid-session break. But at the minute, Andy needs to find some time from somewhere. He's green in Sector 1. What's he going to be through Sector 2? He's green again, so a personal best lap, but not a session best. It was a poor run out the final corner, out the final hairpin, which compromises his run onto the oval. What's his time going to be? Any improvement on P5? No, down 8/10 at the end of the lap. Where's Gary or Sutty? They've got to be on a lap by now. Sutty Apex will be on his first timed lap. Where's Gary, just for reference sake? He's going to start his lap now. And Sutty will get a lovely slipstream from the McLaren and the Mercedes of Mace Game in front. No, it won't, because they both move out his way. And Sutty not going to get a tow from any of them as they come round onto the banking. But Dan will absolutely get a treat of a slipstream onto his next lap. Disco and X-Mart into the pits. Apart from that, every driver out there on track. We will cut to Argent in a minute, who's just gone purple Sector 1. And the Mercedes looking good tonight. X-Mart second, Emo Guy's up there, Maze is up there, Argent down in 12th. Sutty's lap time's going to be a 1:16.5, so work to do for Sutty Apex. Argent then, purple Sector 1. Oh, he's messed it at the end. Oh, what a scruffy ending to the lap. He's gone back to the pits. Disco McDisco face coming around the oval now. What can he do? In fact, he's just started the lap, so that was Andy then coming round. Andy is up on his time. Argent's purple Sector 1 and had to go back to the pits. What a shame for Argent that he couldn't get that lap time in there at the end. Andy, though, any improvement on P3 goes P4 and does the exact same lap time as Unorthodox, but Unorthodox will stay third. Fury out on track, as is X-Mark. Personal best times coming in, but no sector best at the minute. One man who's not got a lap in is this man, Gary 131, who's about to cross the line now. And where's this going to put him? P14. He will get one, if not two more bites at this cherry. Andy, if he's quick enough, can get one extra lap in here, and he will look like he's going to get one extra lap in. Plenty of time to come out the pits and get one in. Dan, though, let's quickly go to Dan. Purple Sector 1. Was that because of the tow he had from Sutty Apex on that start of his run down to the line? In the pits, he's backed out of it. He's pitted. Okay, he backed out of that. I'm not sure what was happening there, but purple and green sector, and he backed out of it. Kelly in the pits as well. Dan, if he's quick enough, will get one more run at this. Kelly should just get one run at this. I don't think Dan's going to. I don't think Dan's got enough time here. I think Dan's made a mistake. So we'll have to keep our eyes on Dan. I don't think Dan's got enough time here to get another lap in. Let's keep our eyes with him, though. Let's do an onboard lap, because this needs to be one of the best laps, one of the best out laps of his life, to get just a flying lap in here. Fury currently on pole with a 15.1. X-Mark 15.1 just behind, 600ths off the bike. Andy and Dan then a 15.320 tied. Mace Game has now gone 5th, dropping Emo Guy to 6th. And Dan here has got to have one heck of an out lap. 33 seconds. I don't think Dan's going to make this. I really don't. Little Leach is in the pits. He's done for qualifying. I don't think Dan has got the time to get around here and make this one into the pit lane. 16 seconds. Nobody out there on purple sectors at the minute. Fury is. Fury's just gone purple middle sector. Now, where is Fury? He's sat just behind, no, just ahead of Dan. Is Fury going to get to the line and get another lap in? He might. No, he's not. D-Biggs is going to be the first to finish. Stays down in P14. Fury at 1 minute 15 dead. Stays where he is. Dan goes back to the pits. Can't improve. Where's X-Mart? He's coming to the final corner as well. No improvement through Sector 1. Maze Game has gone 3rd at the minute. So far, so good. Dan didn't get a lap in at the end. He's down to 4th. Andy's also out there on a lap. We'll have to keep our eyes on Andy. Only coming up towards Sector 2. Exmart flying at the minute. Where's Andy on track? Just coming onto the oval. Keeps it out the wall. Can he just get a bit of slipstream from the car in front? Maybe not. He's a bit too far back. What is he through the middle sector so far? Andy... Oh, is he going to be up? This is a tight one. He only needs 1,000th of a second to get in front of Dan. What's it going to be as he gets to the line? No, he does improve. He goes P4, but not enough for him. Who's that coming onto the oval? It's Disco. So Disco will be the last man to finish. But you have to say, Kelly will be 16th in this, all of this, sorry. Kelly 16th. I think Sutty's done. He'll be 15th place. Here comes Disco, the last man on a lap. No, Sutty has just put himself up into P10. It's a good lap from him. D Biggs will be 15th place. It's then going to be Fury, the man who's going to get pole position and the extra point. You just have to bear with me tonight because I've got to input everything. So Fury, the man on pole. Mace game, a heck of a qualifying. It's a Mercedes 1-2, but not for the same team. They just got themselves ahead of Xmart for P3 at the end there. Good qualifying from Xmart this season. Andy, for the first time, not on pole. 5 pole positions in 5 Q1 appearances. That is the first time he will not be on pole this season. What a shock there. P4 for him. Dan down in P5. Decent qualifying from him. Emo guy 6th, but got a grid penalty, so will be dropped to 7th, promoting Disco into 6th place. Emo guy then 7th place, as we've just said. Gary 131 will qualify P8. Peaceful Explosion down in 9th. All of this, by the way, under 1 second. 1 second in the lap time, so very, very tight. Sutty Apex in 10th as well, 1 second just off the back. BT Targa 11th, but Little Leach will get that because BT Targa will drop to 12th with his grid penalty. Again, just under 1 second. Monkey Boy as well, under a second in 13th place. So the top 13 separated by less than a second. What a time. Argent at one point was the quickest man on track. Quickest man through sector 1, but couldn't do nothing about it. Big struggled, and KLF 2 seconds off the pace. Work to do for Kelly, but if you're in this race, it could be an absolute juicy one as we get into the second race this season. What will happen here? Apologies about it. Just going to take a little longer tonight because obviously I've got to input the results and do the cameras and everything else tonight. So it's just going to take a little longer than normal to get there. But that's another pole position for the Mercedes-Benz in the Pro, and it cements its place at the top of the table in terms of qualifying. No, that's in terms of race wins. Apologies, that's still top in terms of qualifying, but it's 12 pole positions in the Pro, 55 pole positions overall altogether at Simplay Motorsport. It's also another pole position for Fury. That puts Fury, where is he on this list? He's there. That puts him on 11 poles, tied with Mazda and Gary for pole positions. So good job for him. That is his first pole of the season, isn't it? Fury, yes it is. What that also means is that's an extra point in the bag for Fury in tonight's race as we go forward with this one. Fury on the extra pole there, so good stuff for him already this evening. So 16 drivers out there on the track. We'll be getting ready to go racing in just a moment. Get your predictions in the chat for who you think's going to win this first race of the night and of round 11 as we head into the halfway stage this season. Where is it? Just reading the comments there. I used to go to Wales for a lot of rallies. Fury's going to thumbs up. Matt, please note that down because I will never get 000 yet again. Nice lap, Fury says PM Motorsport. Happy not being on the front row, says Dan. He said off air before we came on that he didn't want to qualify on the front row. He thinks it could be carnage going into turn 1. I'd also say that where you're starting might not be the best position. I voted Fury, said Pian. I didn't, and it worked, says Fury's granddad. Can I overtake in the inner part? No, you can't overtake on the inner part. Pit window, remember, end of lap 5 to the end of lap 17. But it's lights out and away we go here, and the start of round 11 is away. Everybody jinx right. There's already an incident in the background, and I knew there would be because it's always carnage on the start here. You get a little jink. Fury and Maze lean on each other though as they're coming round towards turn 1. They're both away fine. One BMW up high. Gary trying to look for a way through. Dan trying to look past Xmart underneath as well as they head down towards turn 1 for the first time tonight. Fury leads. He's gone a bit deep, maybe just after. Maze coming back at him, but it's Fury from Maze from Dan. Dan Dan up to third ahead of X-Mart into turn 1 there. Andy's down to 5th place with Gary hot on his, Little Each hot on his heels, sorry. What happened to Disco? He must have gone round at turn 1. Yeah, look, incident there. Emo's got no lights as well, but all the way relatively well. KLF and Sooty. Sooty's just got past Argent then further down the grid. But here is Fury and Mace Gamer, 2 Mercedes. Not the same team though, different team this evening. Both teammates of Argent's, both got promoted with Argent at Forever Forward Racing. Only one of them's with Argent now. Sorry, Mace Gamer was a teammate of Argent. The Mace Gamer is a teammate of Argent's now, should I say. It's hard doing this on your own, I tell you. But Fury leads from Mace, from Dan, from X-Mart, from Andy, Little Each, Gary right on the back of his brother and teammate. Then Monkey Boy with his teammate behind him in Peaceful. Excuse me, Biggs up to 10th, BT's 11th, Sooty's 12th, Argent's in 13th place with KLF right in that slipstream. Emo Guy and Disco struggling in the background with damage, and if they pit early they could have to pit again. And look at Kelly here, can he get that slipstream of this Mercedes working just up front? Oh, carnage, 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 cars everywhere, Biggs on his roof. That resets allowed, BT Targa as well, absolute chaos here. Disco in the pits, he's going to have to pit again, and I tell you what, absolute chaos. Maze Gamer up the inside of Fury, forces Fury side by side through the bus stop. They tap a little bit. Maze Gamer got out of that one and tucks back in behind Fury now. A flash of the lights, he's clearly unhappy with that. But he is charging at Fury now, is Maze Gamer. He's really coming at him. He's bringing Dan with him. Disco says, wow, he must have seen that happen as he was in the pit lane. We've lost a driver, we've lost D Biggs. That is a retirement for Biggs in this one. He will not get to the end of this race, and that will go down as one retirement this season. Is that one retirement? Yeah, one retirement for Biggs this season. Remember, 3 retirements and you lose 25 points in the championship as we try and encourage drivers to get to the end. But that was a huge one. But here comes Maze Gamer once again to the outside of Fury. Is he going to do the Duffin chop as it's known now and cut back in front? He's not yet. He's still got Fury coming underneath. Maze Gamer trying to tuck in. Dan coming with them. This could be 3 into 1 coming down to turn 1. Maze, Fury, Dan. Here they come. Maze absolutely deep on the brakes here. Fury gets up the inside, but Maze still hanging it there side by side with Fury. Fury trying to squeeze Maze but can't do it. They touch and rub. Fury's got to get the space. Fury's flashing there, but I tell you what, that was a little naughty from Fury not giving Maze the room. And he's round in the background. Fury's lost it and losing places hand over fist. Fury dropping down the standings. Pushed into the wall, terminal damage, says Biggs. Ah, right, so Biggs, if you can show us that it was terminal damage, that retirement will not go against you then. I'd like to report a death at Texas, says PM Motorsport. What an incident that was. And my, oh my, have we got a race on our hands. Fury down to 10th, and at KLF here, ahead of Sooty and Argent then. And Kelly going good guns with his old rival in the Pro-Am Series. Mercedes versus McLaren, not Mercedes versus Renault this time. And Kelly at the minute, he's flying high in 9th place once again. You've got Gary still on the back of Little Each here, just dropping a little bit. Little Each going great guns at the minute on the back of Andy. And X-Mart trying to gain on the back of Dan. Look at him, right on the back of him now. Massive, says PM Motorsport in the chat. X-Mart, is he going to look for a move on the inside of Dan into turn 1? He's not. And Little Each in the background looking around the outside of Andy. Can he get a cut back? No, he can't, not there. But Maze Gamer leads this race. And I don't know about those in the chat. Fury flashed his lights in a bit of a a little bit of a thing to Maze Gamer there, but I felt Fury squeezed Maze there. Maze had every right to be up the inside. Maze out running a little wide through the bus stop. We've lost Fury. Oh, we've lost Fury. The man who got pole, we've lost from the session. Now, if that's not a retirement, until we get the evidence, it will have to go down as one retirement for him. Same with Biggs. But that is a shame. So we've lost Fury, we've lost Biggs. It's Mace from Dan, from X-Mart, from Andy. Andy's got himself underneath X-Mart here, and he's really coming at him. Nope, bye, says Fury. Not sure what he means by that one. But Andy gets underneath X-Mart here, and this could be job done. And Andy, is Little Each going to try and follow through into turn 1? Here they go. Little Leach interested at making this 3 wide. Exmart has somehow managed to keep that and get back under to the bottom side of the oval. Andy just lost the pace. Andy then trying to go around the outside of Exmart. Gary now looking at his teammate as well. This allowing the leaders to go. Exmart leads from Andy. Exmart third from Andy. Gary just behind these two in that 6th place with Little Leach. Gary up the inside of his brother. They managed not to make contact, and Gary through then and up to P5. Bit wiggly is that Porsche Gary 131. He likes a slidey car, and Gary, job done. Into P5 he goes. And that's a nice move. Kelly's got past Monkey Boy then. So has Monkey Boy made a mistake? Kelly now running in 8th place. Sooty, look at the damage that Sooty's got. Huge damage to that car. He knows though that Disco and BT Targa's got to pit again in the pit window. Sooty hanging on twice in 2 weeks. No thank you. Not sure. Well, that's about, and that is a Gary 131 who's very stationary and having to wait for the pack to go for him to spin around. Leaders out front though. They are gaining on each other. Kelly's got past Peaceful now. Peaceful's got damage. Pit window's open this lap. Peaceful then will be the first man to pit inside the window. Apologies, just having to jot that one down. He is not happy at all. I can imagine he's not happy. I don't know what's gone on. Hopefully he comes back for race 2. As Dan then up the inside of Mays. Mays very wide at turn 1, but he keeps that line that he did with Fury, and Dan just tucks back in behind. Knows he can't get the move done there. Kelly now running up in 6th. Gary and Emo pit as well. So that's the 3 into the pits. As Kelly now running in 5th. Sooty didn't pit there, and I'm surprised Sooty didn't pit with all that damage. Argent and Monkey Boy on the back of him, and that's Mays. And we've now lost Mays Gamer. What is happening? That is a 2nd retirement for Mays Gamer as well. And we've lost a 3rd driver. And Mays Gamer will not score a point. Neither will Disco. D-Biggs. Neither will Fury. Fury gets his 1 point for qualifying. But we've lost Mays Gamer as well. Fury, come back for race 2. Come on. You'll be fine. As Mike Matthews. Gary with a swearing emoji there. Not sure what's happened there. Gary was ahead of Mike, so I'm not sure what's happened. Unless Gary's jumped. Mike then. Gary has. Look, Gary in the pits. Mike and Emo Guy just leaving. Disco and BT still to pit, but Sooty still not pitted here then. And Andy trying to gain on the back a little bit. Little Each. Monkey Boy into the pits at the end of lap 6. So Monkey Boy in the pits. We've got Mace Gamer back. Not sure what happened there. More stewards inquiries coming. Yep, could be a busy weekend for the stewards here. Andy getting on the back a little each. Kelly still defending from his teammate who's ahead of Argent. And is this allowing Kelly to try and get up the road a little bit? You'd imagine Sooty's got a pitch sometime soon. Disco and BT still spit. We're down then to 13 runners. We're down to 13 runners then, and obviously retirement's going against drivers at the minute. They'll need to, twice in 2 weeks he's done something stupid to me, and it ruins it for me every time. Fury, get it in, please, mate. If you need to do it, get it in. Can't do nothing more than that, buddy, as there is a slow car, and that is, I'm not quite sure who that is. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. It was on the oval. It looked a little slow. Fury, get it in, bud. But yeah, come back for race 2. You don't want to lose points because you've not finished. You should have just get to the end, buddy. That's what we encourage drivers. Get to the end. Dan, though, leads by 3 seconds from Exmar, who's got Little Each in 3rd. Andy just slowly dropping off the back. Andy struggling tonight. Not being able to kind of do what Dean did last night. Dean, Kelly there, a 1:16.9. Really lapping well. Really lapping very well is Kelly at the minute. In the 1:16, he's lapping fantastically good at the minute. Quicker than the cars in front. Exmart, no, what's happened to Exmart? He's dropped it. He's dropped it. He's off at the bus stop. Off at the bus stop. And Sooty does need to pit for lights. Monkey Boy's got the AI in. Oh, Monkey Boy, he's gone terribly wrong. Monkey Boy's slow. I said a car was slow. It's got the AI in. What has happened to Monkey Boy? Exmart's lost out to Kelly. Kelly is P4 here. Oh my days, what is happening? Little Each still on the back of Andy. Emo Guy will pass Monkey Boy because Monkey Boy's got to bring it into the pit. Look at how slow it is. Sooty needs to pit for lights. He's got damage, but it's a night race. Needs to get in the pit for them lights. He's tucked in now. Now this is interesting because look, Monkey Boy's going to have to call it in for the pits. And look at where the AI is going to bring him in. That's why we said that we can't do that. But Sooty in then at the end of lap 7. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, as the Chuckle Brothers used to say. Argent in the pits. And the lap 7 as well. So plenty of drama happening here. Trust it to be no other commentators with us tonight. X-Mark gaining on the back of Kelly at the minute. Andy gaining on the back of Little Each. Dan out front. Got a race win last week because of the penalty to Maze Gamer for weaving. Little Each a bit deep there, but can get on the power. It's not too bad if you go deep at that corner there because you can get back on the power. And we'll have that inside line going on to the oval. Needs to keep it nice and tidy through there, and indeed he does. So BT and Disco to pit again. Sooty and Argent in the pits. They are going to just get lapped. Little Each now comes in. Late call, but comes in. Late call, but comes in. Welshie, I hope you're jotting notes here because I've got too much to do on my own to keep up to date with what's happening here. Little Each into the pits then. Dan didn't get ahead of them guys who he's trying to lap. He has flashed him to warn that they are there. X-Mort has got past Kelly because Kelly has brought it into the pits as well at the end of lap 9. So Kelly in, Disco still to pit. Sooty has pitted, so has Argent. Now, where is Sooty and Argent in relation to this man? Is he already on his way out? If so, that's a good stop. Little Each is on his way out. I think he is. I think he's on his way out already. And yeah, where is Sooty? Only just coming up to the oval. So Kelly then has had a stop that dreams are made of. On his way out he comes, and that is job done if you're KLF 900. P5 on merit at the minute. Yes, other drivers have retired and had incidents, but your P5 on merit. Disco still to pit, BT still to pit, as is Unorthodox, as is Andy, as is X-Mart out there as well. Little Each is pitted, he's come out P4. Good stop from him. Cheers, Welsh. I hope you're making notes. Dan into the pits at the end of lap 10. Where's Andy? Andy stays out and will take the lead of this race. Dan, how good a stop is it from Dan? Decent stop, that decent stop. We didn't see how long he was stationary for, but a decent stop nonetheless. Now then, X-Mart will go through to take second place. Where's Little Each? Coming to the oval now, so Dan will be long gone before Little Each comes round. Wow, it's all happened tonight. 20 people currently watching the stream. Guys, girls, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button already, please hit the thumbs up button, like the stream. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe as well. And clearly then, a retirement from Fury in disappointment and anger. Not sure about Maze. Biggs says Biggs has sent me something, so I presume that's his evidence to prove that it was terminal damage. I'll have to check that to remove that penalty later on, or to remove that one retirement against his name. Argent then on the back of Sooty. Sooty though looks like he got the better run out the hairpin onto the oval. And it's really the second part of the oval where Argent will start to feel the benefit of catching here. And let's just go on the roof cam of Argent. Let's see how much he closes. Disco in the pits at the end of lap 11. So BT, Andy, X-Mart still to pit. And this is where you now start to see Argent just reel in Sooty. The Mercedes power over the McLaren power. A lot greater with the slipstream. And here he comes into turn 1. Sooty defending that inside line. And Kieran, as patient as ever, getting closer, but not close enough. Not too close. And he's gave him a little bump up the rear. Nicely done that from Argent. Sooty defending his inside line. A bit like an Acura has to defend on a Wednesday night. But yeah, the less we said about it, I think May's lagged out. And if you can prove that he's lagged out and lost connection, that's fine. If not, nothing we can do about it. He'll go down as a retirement. Thought Dan was busy commentating F1 the last 2 weeks. Yep, he has been. And that was a lot longer than what this is going to be. Argent looking up the inside of Sooty. Oh, gives him a tap. Gives him a tap and keeps that place yielded. In fact, lets Sooty get away a little bit. Disco then, he's came out behind Emo Guy within that 1 second mark. BT still to pit, as is X-Mart. Here's Disco, look, within a second of Emo Guy. We'll stick with Argent and Sooty for the time being, though. Where's BT on track coming down? I think that was Andy popping into the pits. Yes, it is. Andy at the end of lap 12. Get it slowed down. Get it slowed down. He has. X-Mark, BT Targa then. The only two left to pit. They've got to pit by the end of lap 17. Sooty and Kieran still together. Dan, will he get himself ahead of Andy? Andy's already on his way out the pits, is he? No, he's coming in to stop now, it looks like. Dan coming around the back part of the banking. Andy in, stops. Oh, great stop. Great stop. Heck of a stop that from Andy. Dan coming round now. Andy coming towards the end of the pit lane. Danny's going to be well past. He's already up to speed. Here comes Andy, though. Off the limiter now. Well, I didn't do anything. He spun on the grass. I didn't even push him wide. He left me half a car width on the entry. I left more than one. Again, guys, get it in if you feel you need to get it in. I don't need the clip of that. Oh, it's Andy then. He's cut the pit exit line. Amazing. It'd be the clip of you. Did you disconnect? Because did you disconnect or did you lag out? That is what we need to know. That is what we'll need the clip of. Andy then cuts in the pit exit line. Now look at Argent, as close as ever. Jinking left, jinking right. Is he going to keep Sooty up all night? Sooty's got to guess which way he's going to go. And round the second part of the oval, Argent keeping that higher line, needs to keep it out the wall. And you can tell the lower line is a lot quicker and a lot better for Sooty Apex to defend into turn one. And Argent just starting to creep onto the back of that McLaren. These two are nearly 20 seconds behind Kelly, who is 5th place at the minute and having a right race. X-Mart in the pits. So just BT Targa left to pit then. And at the minute, X-Mart going great guns. Dan takes the lead of this race. Will Andy get himself back ahead of X-Mart? Where's Kelly in terms of X-Mart? In fact, Little Leach as well. X-Mart, is he on his way out the pits? I believe he's on his way out the garage now. Where's Little Leach? He will get past X-Mart. Will Kelly? You know something, this could be close. Kelly to X-Mart. X-Mart coming down to the bottom lane of the pits. I got disconnected. If you can prove to us that you got disconnected, then we can take that retirement away from you. X-Mart passed by Kelly, and Kelly on merit currently sat P4. BT Targa still to pit. We go back to this battle of Argent and Sooty. We got Peaceful, who's getting Emo Guy within a second. But we go back to this battle of Argent. And Argent and Sooty here. Absolutely nose to tail, and Argent again choosing the outside. He can't get in up the inside because Sooty is keeping that car where he needs to. And did Argent just clip the wall there? Was there a slight graze on the wall for Argent? He's kept it going nonetheless. And this is a great defensive drive from Sooty Apex. Get a bit deep on the apex there, but he's managed to drag it back in. And there's nothing Argent can do about it. A flash from Argent just to distract him. You look like you stopped on the track. He's got it. The thing is, Jamie, it's all right saying that. He's got to be able to prove that he lagged out. That's the thing. Peaceful explosion now then. On a personal best lap, he's got Monkey Boy just ahead and Emo Guy within a second trying to get through. We'll come back to that one a little later. What's happened to Argent? He span. Gary's going to get through. BT Targa's going to get through, but he's got to pit. Argent has span at the bus stop. Now then, does this allow Peaceful and Emo Guy to get through? Is Argent back on track? Just. Peaceful and Emo Guy will be on the back of Argent then. Peaceful struggling through the bus stop chicane there, and Emo Guy's got one heck of a run, and Peaceful defending, and he's gone deep, and he's gone very deep, and that's going to give Emo a run, and job done for Emo Guy. That's a shame for Peaceful. That ended prematurely. BT Targa's got to... No! Gary in the wall! Gary, huge damage! BT Targa has to pit. Gary, though, huge damage. He's back in the pits. This could be for a while here. And Gary, 131. Very uncharacteristically losing it, and that's promoted everybody. 16 drivers started this race, which means the top 8 cannot qualify for the next race. And Gary, then, in the pits. He's going to be there for a while, you'd imagine. Limited edition 650S that Sooty has on show tonight. Yep, the limited edition battered one. And they say battered and bruised. He's now dropped in at the bus stop. BT Targa through. Where's Argent? He comes to the bus stop chicane now. On the roof cam, Sooty's rejoined. And the battle between these two resumes once again. Bit wide there from Argy Bargy, but this battle carries on. And that gap back to within a second. Gary out the pits ahead of Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy pitted, had to pit again because of the AI being in. We've lost Biggs, so Biggs will hopefully be able to gap back in. He might go and get some laps under his belt. And Dan then leading this race by 9 seconds from Andy. Then it's Little Leach. Kelly, hello. I think Haley might have to check his pulse after this race. Up in P4. Having a fantastic night. Did Gary come too low on the embankment? That's the question. He'd already pitted though, Welshie. So he'd already been into the pits. It's just a strange one because he'd already made his stop. Sutty, way deep at the first corner, gets it turned in. Sutty's on the pad. Oh, look at the turning. Is he actually? No, that's too smooth. It looked like he was on the pad at turn 1, but it's too smooth for Sutty, that. Yeah, he'd already pitted, so I don't know if he got caught out by somewhere. BT Targa, though, has to pit this lap or the end of his next lap. Otherwise, it'll be another drive-through penalty, another 25 seconds added to his race time at the end. And I mean, at the minute, it'll only drop him down to P9, so BT Targa has got to pit again. It's not like the Pro-Am where you get the damage, you get to pit once, you've got to get in the pits twice. And the thing is, it could just be a splash and dash. Now, what's happened to Argent? Emo guy's now through. Argent very slow to get away. Peaceful's coming as well. And Argent, by the way, on race 2 will be his 100th race. He's down in 9th, so we'll be able to qualify for that race, as will Maze and Fury and Disco and Peaceful and Gary and Monkey Boy and D Biggs. And that is Monkey Boy, I do believe, getting out the way of Argent there. Yes, it is. There's Argent trying to get through, but Argent on the high side of the oval, struggling here. Remember, the back markers don't have to get out the way. Oh, he's outbraked himself. He's outbraked himself massively there. Manages to not put it in the wall, but this then will start to entertain. Peaceful, he's round. Argent, race 99. And not the race he'd have wanted here. BT Targa has to pit at the end of this lap. I'm on and ready, Matt, says Jamie. So we have got a co-commentator for race 2. Thank God for that, because this is hard work. BT Targa has got to pit now. And... well, he's meant to have dropped down before the banking before now. Doesn't pit. So BT possibly under investigation again for a pit stop. Matt, is it minimum wage for this weekend job we have now with all the incidents? Yeah, I know. Could be a big one this weekend, Welshie, as well as the 6 hours of Monza on Saturday. Are we going to have you back in the comms, Jamie? I think Jamie's going to be in yet for the comms for this second race tonight. It's Dan then, leads 11 seconds from Andy. He's got some 5 seconds to Little Leach, who's got a 9-second gap to Kelly. Kelly, to be fair, you know, his race pace is up there with X-Man, it's up there with Little Leach, as he's lapping very consistently, is Kelly at the minute. He's now got Disco to lap. X-Mark P5, good guns for him at the minute. BT Targa's 6th. But needed to pit at the end of lap 17. Sooty Apex down in 7th. Emo Guy is 8th. Peaceful is now 9th because he's got past Argent, who's 10th. Argent's 9th. Just a bit like Kylie Minogue, as Kelly would say. He's spinning around. Disco's down in 11th place as Kelly's just put a lap on him. Gary 12th now. Some 7 seconds behind Disco. And Monkey Boy, bless him, put the air in the car down in 13th place at the moment. No real battles happening anywhere on track. Closest battle is probably Andy and Little Leach at the minute. Our gap's now down to 4.3, so Little Leach going good guns in. It'd be nice to speak to Craig on the podium. Not had Craig on for a while. Around comes Andy now. Down towards... oh, there's a car off at the bottom of the circuit. Who is that? I think Gary. Yes, look, Gary. More damage to that car. Another mistake from Gary 131. More damage to the car. And poor old Gary here. Well, is this going to be another pit stop? It is. Gary in the pits again. And you cannot make this up for Gary 1310. Jubilation at Fuji, back in a title fight maybe. And here, it's gone horribly wrong. Disco then will probably get 11th place now. He's just unlapped himself from Kelly. Oh, he hasn't because he's dropped it. Has Little Leach been in the pit? If he has, whoa, he's having a good race. Yeah, they've all pitted. Everybody's pitted. We're on to lap 20. Say Little Leach is having a good race, but what about this man, P4? Stellar job. And he'll be the first man to say, yeah, but I didn't race anybody, I didn't pass anybody. But at the end of the day, he knows as well as anybody, you've got to be on the track and consistent to win, to score points and to gain places. Kelly, 4th place. A late title charge maybe. He's not took double points yet. I bet he'll be kicking himself now. I bet he'll be absolutely kicking himself. No real battles on tracks, which is nice to see. This man who we're not seeing much of as well. Here's Xmart. Again, another good showing from the McLaren of Team Prolapse. 5th and 6th at the minute. And so far, so good for Xmart. P5 could have been better for him. Emo Guy just getting within that time of Sooty. You see here, the timing screen's got it wrong, but Emo Guy just getting within that time of him. I've just seen Biggs' footage there, and yeah, it was terminal damage, so that retirement will go from his screen. But it's 2 retirements for Maze, 1 for Fury, 2 for Disco in the Pro. And as it stands, what a job, what a night from KLF here. At the minute, that is his teammate he's trying to put a lap on. Nope, this is Emo Guy we're watching, sorry, as I look to the screen now properly. This is Emo Guy we're watching, trying to get past Sooty. Oh, a bit laggy there from Emo Guy. We'll just jump off him, but there's Sooty. Just in front. Currently top 7. Top 8 can't qualify, so this really for that last qualifying spot. If Peaceful can get a wiggle on, he'll be there with him. Sooty hard on the brakes, covering that inside line. Emo Guy trying to cut underneath, and Sooty has defended from a Mercedes all night, and he tried to defend there from Emo Guy and has done just enough. Ran a little deeper than what he'd have wanted. In fact, ran a lot deeper than what he'd have wanted. And Emo Guy, thank you mama for the carrots, job done, he's through. Peaceful might be getting excited of catching Sooty Apex now. Argent has dropped far back. Dan then coming up to lap Monkey Boy, leads this race. And really has been in a world of his own since he got in the lead. And Sooty Apex then trying to come back at Emo Guy here. 1 second the gap, just 3/10 of a second, shall I say. He's got 7 seconds back to Peaceful Explosion. And here comes Sooty, the master of the send it, but can't get it done into turn 1. Comes through now. The question is for Dan, does he have the fuel on board? Yes, so he's fine for the fuel. Sooty here then, at this moment, trying to stay with Emo Guy. He's lost a lot of time in this middle sector. Emo Guy flying at the minute, P7. I'm not sure what's happened to Xmart here, but he's dropped behind KLF a little bit more. Kelly lapping quite well here. The top 3, the only ones in the 16s. BT Targa as well. Kelly just a bit slower than Xmart last lap, but P4, you know, it's a good result for him. And he's just stretched his gap over Little Leach slightly to back up to 5.2 seconds. Lap 23 or 25. So we're coming to the end of this first race. And so far so good. If you're unorthodox, another win, more points over your rival. That's the biggest news, is more points over your rival. As Little Leach comes round, start lap 24. Not really much happening out there on track. Hope we're not seeing much tonight. Peaceful, can he get on the back of Sutty, he's got 6 seconds and only a couple of laps to do so, so can he get on the back of him? That'll be the question. Can he push that car hard to get to the back of Sutty Apex? 20 people currently watching. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do so. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. We'll be live on Saturday for the 6 hours of Monza. Should be an absolute fascinating race there. Should be a really good battle that at Monza. Ben Parkey versus Unorthodox, Andy versus Mazda in the different car categories. Peaceful Explosion then, 6 seconds to Sutty Apex. Monkey Boy's pace looking good. Gary's and Disco's in the 16s as well, so they're flying. Dan, though, starts his last lap of the race, and there's not really many battles happening out there, so let's just stick with this. Let's go on board a lap of the current defending two-time pro champ as he starts the final lap of the race, and this has been a fantastic job for Dan. Obviously inheriting the race win from Maze Gamer last week with Maze Gamer's penalty. Gives Dan that extra point, couple of points, and it'll be back-to-back wins. Dan's only won 3 races this year. Not as dominant as he's been in the Porsche in previous seasons, but this will surely be race win number 4. Coming towards the oval part of the circuit now. And what a drive from this man as well. He's kept out of trouble, he's got ahead. Kept out the Maze and Fury incidents. Could have easily been caught up in Maze Gamer and Fury's dramas. Kept out of it all, and he's going to come round then to take the first win of the night. This man has been so impressive. He's been brilliant so far, and Dan Unorthodox is going to take the first win of the night. Andy, though, he's going to come home for a 2nd place, so keeping the points close to his rival. Little Each not been on the podium for so long. In fact, we're going to wait for Andy to come round. Little Each not been on the podium for so long. So it'll be nice to have him back on there. Andy comes home for 2nd. Little Each then. Looks like he's going to come home for a P3. Great drive from him. This man, Kelly. Is he going to get driver of race 1? There's Gary, look, finishing a lap down in 13th place. But Kelly, a P4. What an absolute beast of a drive from this man. Gary to come home P13. X-Mart then, next to cross the line. He looks like he's going to take a solid 5th place, with his teammates set to finish P6. A good drive from X-Mart. Good drive from BTT. There was early incidents there as well. Emo Guy looks like he's going to hang on for that 7th in the end after he's got it from Sutty late on. And the question is, can Sutty hang on for that 8th place? He has, actually, because Peaceful looks like he's had a problem. He's some 27 seconds behind. In fact, Peaceful's finished a lap down. That's probably why. So Peaceful 9th. Argent then P10. Not the night for Argent. P11 for Disco, I believe it was. Yep. P12 for Monkey Boy and P13 for Gary. Fastest lap of the race. A 15.4 for Dan. Yep, 15.4 fastest lap. So Dan takes the fastest lap of the race as well. So with round 11 done, we come up to the halfway mark of the season, which will be Argent's 50th race. And I tell you what, this could not be heating up any better at the moment. Go and get yourselves a quick refreshment, a quick drink, and then we'll be right back in about 5 minutes' time. Hello.
Hello.
Question before we get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Mace did no wrong there, did he?
From my view, it was hard racing from the pair of them.
Yeah, that's all I thought.
I mean, you can check my stream if you like, because that's from my point of view.
Yeah, no, I thought it was fair. I thought Fury maybe squeezed him, but Mace had every right to be there. I was my opinion of it.
Well, from my view, it was hard racing. I know Fury isn't happy.
Yeah, he's fuming, but yeah, I thought it was hard and fair.
I was watching the pair of them, and I thought these two are going to take each other out in a minute.
Here he is, look! Here he is!
Yeah,
back,
well
you
done,
know.
Nate.
Who's this fucking lad?
How are we all?
We were all tipping him
done,
to go
mate.
down, weren't we, last week?
Might have to rethink that reshuffling now, Matt.
Yeah,
This will be the first and only, don't worry.
fucking Kelly's going to stay up and all this season. He got fourth.
Wow. I was sat there and I said to Biggs, I was like, is that true? Is my dad just sitting in fourth place? And he was like, yeah, he's pitted. And I was like, shit.
If he's got any sense, he'll get in here. I've sent him a special invite for a chat.
Mr. Unorthodox, you were untouchable there.
Oh, don't
I
make
got
his
lucky,
ego
mate.
any bigger.
No, honestly, I got lucky. I got lucky. Those two Mercedes taking each other out and then Mays disconnecting.
You make your own luck, though. It's not all about luck of
Do
the
you know
draw.
what? I was sat there when we were doing qualifying and I was saying to my stream, I don't want to start on the front row. I didn't want to. Because we did a short little race and I got completely mugged down into turn one.
Slipstream
And
up
we-
to the turn one, isn't it?
Yeah, and these lot all nearly got mugged into turn one, but the Mercedes engine helped them out ever so slightly.
Turn one was a nightmare. I don't know what happened, but I got pushed out. I had to like survive, basically.
I basically kept it strong on the inside and held it there. Exmar came down on me. The temptation to go up above him, but I was like, no, inside's where I want to be. And
Yeah,
it just opened the door.
I think it was like a chain reaction then, because Xmart went up into me. He was in the middle, I think. You were down the inside, and I was up on the outside lane. And
Yeah.
he just sort of edged wide, and I was so close. I was like inches from the wall.
Right, I'm just going to pop to the
So
toilet a
close.
second.
Yeah. What
I
the
could have
fuck
very
happened
easily,
in turn
I could
one?
have very easily ended up in the wall there.
What the fuck happened in turn one? I don't know what the hell happened.
Carnage behind. Disco reckons it was Biggs because he said it was a white McLaren. It obviously wasn't.
Yeah, it was Biggs and Satty.
Yeah. Yeah. Not surprised.
No. I've got to try and score as many points over you while I can, knowing that you got double points still yet to use.
I don't know. I
This
think you'll
is-
probably score a bit over me tonight. I hate this track. I fucking hate it. It's horrible.
I've got into the love of it now. I'm enjoying it.
No, it started to go on me a bit, and now it's gone again.
What's your
I've lost
downforce level?
1 and 3.
I'm on 0 and 1.
0 and 1. Fucking hell. You know the McLaren. Everyone driving in the McLaren says they're running low downforce. Xmart is on 0 and 1. It's like it just seems like the McLaren's a better car for running low downforce.
I ditched aero and focused mainly on mechanical grip, so that I would be good in the middle sector. On my high fuel runs, which I was doing in practice, I was matching everyone around me with full fuel. So I was like, okay, this is good.
Was that in quali? Oh, practice.
Practice. Quali,
I was thinking-
I was actually slower in quali when I ditched the fuel.
I was looking at the monitor and I was seeing like basically everybody except me, you, and I think BT was on light fuel in practice. So that's why the times were so quick.
Yeah.
And we got into, you know what? I did a 14.8 in practice, and it's the first time ever that I haven't gone quicker in quali than I have in practice. I usually go quicker in quali than I do in practice. Tonight I was just half a second off. I don't know what was going on. I just couldn't get near the 14.8 I did in practice.
Well, Fury's not coming back, is he? He's on Rocket League.
Just having a bit of an off night, I think.
What was I going to say? Matt, you need to change to broadcast
Yeah, mate, I am broadcaster.
on here.
No,
It says
no, I'm not. Right, okay, yeah. Right, okay, how now I gotta do this? Please, babe.
Nikki not able to make it.
No, because he texted earlier. He says, "Oh, I might be a little late. Can you delay?" So I said, "That's why we delayed a bit." So I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then when I text him, he says, "Oh, I'm going to be another half an hour." That's why I'm getting a bit annoyed because it was like, "Oh, fuck's sake, right, okay."
Never rely on Nikki.
So I said to him before, I said, "If you're running late and can't make it, text him personally." I says, "Let me know.
Yeah.
Then I can find someone in." So because he said, "Oh, I'm going to be a little bit late, just delay," I was like, "Right, all right, that's why we delayed tonight." But then we had that. Right, top 8 can't qualify. Is Maze coming back in?
Unfortunately for me, looks like this track is staying for next season.
No, it's not, mate. If
Who
I
said
had my
that?
M Plava in my
Yes, boys, and Plava loves it.
That's horrid.
I've been enjoying it, but I don't want it back.
It's evil.
I'd happily have it back. The Acora is goated around here.
It's horrid.
No, that's not the nicest attraction.
Sorry, wait. Do you want to say that one more time, Andy?
Can we just do Donington National every week?
No. Just can you just say it one more time?
Whoa, was that because Dan Span there and you took the race win?
That this Texas road course is evil, Dan. Is that what you want me to say?
Matt, next season I want Texas road course.
That's fine, mate.
That's fine. I'll just take a double point here then.
If I'm in, Dan, if I'm in the Acora, this track's goated, so I'll be there.
I'll just spunk my double points on this and end up with a couple of DNFs. Bang. Get in.
Yes, that's the way to use your doubles.
That's it.
Kelly's off the bottom. Little Each, jump. Is Kelly in your party?
He is, yes.
Jump into your party. Tell him to get in here. I've sent him a special invite because he got 4th.
There, we're back in a minute.
Right. I'm going to give May's game a couple of seconds. If he doesn't join, Fiori's on Rocket League, so I take it he's not coming back.
Is Biggs back in?
Biggs is in. It's literally just May's gamer and Fiori.
He hasn't got any practice nor setup for this track, so I basically gave him my setup, and he's just, he did not get on with it. And
That was a heck of an incident. I caught the end. Heck of a crash.
Oh, yeah,
My
Gary
incident's
wiped me out. Lost me about 5 seconds. It wasn't too much damage though.
Is he inbound?
He's gone for a piss and they're going to tell him to join.
Right. How is Craig?
Very well, actually.
Been a while, bud?
Yeah, it's been since Daytona last season, I think.
Well done, mate.
That's Littlin.
Yeah, he's good.
Good. Uncle Daddy Craig Leach. Now, I suppose,
I'm
isn't it?
going for a quick wee as well, actually, when I think about it.
Right. I shall let you go for your wee. And then we'll go back live because Maze ain't coming. Fiori's on Rocket League, so fuck him. That.
Oh no, Mace is in.
Oh, Maze is in. Looks like I have to bring the Acora out next year, Andy, and put you and Dan under some pressure.
Oh yeah, do you know what? I have this feeling like, who's going to commentate then? Is Kelly going to start?
Kelly's
If he goes down. Is he
Kelly
gonna-
goes
Yeah,
down.
I was thinking. I was thinking if he goes down, then it'll be him and Nicky commentating on.
I
Pro
think
next
so.
year.
I'll have to see because I mean at the minute we're racing F1 and racing GE3s. It's really fucking my back up even more. So I'll have to see. He's here, look.
Here he is.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
I don't normally do it, Kelly, but you got 4th, so I thought special little,
Well, yeah, no need. I am a little bit happy. Feels like a race win, but
Right, we'll get started now. In fact, no, we'll get down a minute or 2. No, he can't qualify, so what's it matter? Let's go. Right, so Kieran will have his 100th appearance. 50s, nobody. Oh, excuse me. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport here for round 12 and the halfway stage of this season. And what a start to this! What a start to the night! It has been absolute chaos. We got the top 3, and in fact, to tell you what, we'll go one better. We got the top 4 in for a quick special word. We'll start though with Kelly, and Kelly, just very briefly, compared to the other 3, we've not been in the commentary box together. All season, obviously, it's a bit weird seeing you in the pro category and not commentating on you on the pro-am, but that was an absolute stellar drive.
Yes, thank you. What do I normally say? The sun shines on a dog's arse some days.
Yeah. We said, me and you have this little thing before each stream where we say to each other, I'll see you on the podium.
Yeah.
This isn't quite the podium, but it's still the interview room, so well done.
I was in a party with Craig and I kept asking him to drop it for me, but he wouldn't. I don't know, he's funny about these things. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that was one of my consistency drives. You know, I didn't drop it, I didn't put a foot wrong, and just let everyone else around me drop it. I think there was a lot of people who were ill prepared for tonight, and yeah, you know, just got lucky, to be fair.
Hey, like you say, sun shines on the dog's arse some days, but you take the 4th place nonetheless.
I will, and I want to say thank you to Tony, Fury's granddad, because he was good luck jinx and said I would be on the podium. So he was close, close enough. He can do that every week.
Well done, buddy. We thought we'd just grab a quick radio. Well done. Good luck for race 2.
Congratulations to the other guys as well. Well done.
Cheers, buddy. We got Little Leach in, and it's been a while since we've had this man in as well. Little Leach back with us since his terrible Renault days. I don't think we spoke to you in the Renault, did we? So it's been a while.
It's been Daytona when I was back in the Porsche, I believe.
Well, there we go. That was a good drive from yourself, though. Another sort of Daytona-esque circuit, and you're on the podium again.
Yeah, I like these circuits, to be fair. I just get a good start and just followed Andy round, to be fair.
You had good pace tonight. It looked like the pit stops was what separated you and Andy at one stage, but the Porsche looking strong again.
Yeah, it was strong. I had to repair the engine damage in the pits, which was about 8 seconds, I think, so lost a bit of time.
What can you do race 2, buddy?
Hopefully happy with a top 6.
Happy with top 6. Is this Leach Motorsport back at their best now?
Well, we're both now fathers, so it's a pick up and play kind of job now.
What is it, Daddy Leach Motorsport next season, is it?
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Yeah, well, best of luck for race 2, buddy.
It is.
We've got Andy in as well, and Andy, it's no pole position that's not been converted into a race win tonight. That's the first time this season you've not qualified pole in race 1. Every other race 1, it's been pole position for yourself. The pace there, though, in that BMW, he's clearly got the pace to be running at the front, but 9/10 covered the top 13. It's a tight grid.
Yeah, I mean, if this was the Formula 1, then the graphic next to my name would have a green upwards arrow with the number 2 next to it, which is unheard of for me. So, yeah, absolutely delighted to finish in second in that one. They had a bit of pace tonight, but really I hate this track. I can't stand it. So, I'm just about damage limitation, and to be second in the first race is nothing short of a minor miracle, really. So, I just got to try and keep the luck going for the duration of this evening. But,
you say keep the luck going. Dan, again, and 3 races in a row now that he's finished in front of you, just chipping away at that, well, just extending his gap technically at the moment. You're yet to take double points, so is that kind of something that you're thinking about? Dan's just chipping points away ready for when you take a double points, or is it something you're not worrying too much about at this stage?
Right now, obviously I don't want to sound big-headed, but I feel at the moment in a way like I do have the net lead of the championship due to those double points.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'll be aiming to score at least, I don't know, you get like 16 points for a third, so I'll be aiming to score minimum 70 points.
Yeah.
You know, when I take that double points, that'll be my aim. So, but you know, anything can happen, and I could end up taking my double points and getting a double DNF or a disconnect.
Yeah.
And in which case, you know, it just completely renders it redundant. I might even end up using it as my drop score. So I've just got to keep my head down and keep pushing and scoring as many points as I can. In terms of Dan outscoring me consistently, it's something that I wouldn't really ideally want, but it's not as much of a concern as it would be if I'd already taken my double points, that's for sure.
Indeed. Well, race 2 then, buddy. What can you do from there?
I've just got to try and sit behind and wait for the incidents to happen. If they don't, then I've got to try and get my elbows out. It's not going to be easy. BMW is not the quickest on the straight, so the oval is going to be not a massive struggle, but not the most happy of hunting grounds. So yeah, just got to wait and see what happens and maybe make a few dive bombs.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, buddy. Good luck for second race.
Cheers, Matt. Thank you.
And we got Dan in, and Dan, obviously with the penalty to Mays gamer last week, this gives yourself a back-to-back race win. I bet you didn't expect that going into tonight's race.
No, not really, to be honest. I kind of felt quietly confident with this track, and then the setup that I had was stable. More stable than I ever run.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice to run something that was consistently planted. I did have a scary moment trying to pass the Mercedes boys, but they kind of took themselves out of it. So kind of easy going in and just keeping out the wall and avoiding incidences from there.
Now, like you say, you had that incident where you had to try and avoid the Mercedes-Benz. Was that really your only dramas this race? Because we didn't see a lot of you, so tell us about it. Was it pretty easy after you'd cleared the two Mercedes-Benz boys, or...?
Well, initially in qualifying, I didn't want to start on the front row.
Yes.
I know with a brief test that we did before we went live, the front row actually loses the advantage due to the toe into turn one. So I was quite happy qualifying third, fourth, or even fifth, which I started. To stay to the inside and saw everyone else going higher. I just thought the inside's where I want to be, and carnage happened after that. Fury and then Mays going wheel to wheel, that was a bit sketchy to watch at points, but got through that all right. And then a couple sketchy moments was just going through the chicane. I got Emparva watching my stream, and he was having his heart rate going just as much as mine was. So the chicane was the sketchiest bit. Other than that, just maintaining the pace.
That's Maze Gamer there. Sorry, Dan was just on a 14.8, so real good lap from Maze Gamer. In terms of race 2, though, buddy, what can you do from the by the back of the grid?
Just don't get involved in the turn one incident as best I can. I won't be in so much of a hurry up this time, so possibly just see how it all pans out and just hope that Andy has a trip or two with some other drivers as he's got that advantage with double point.
Now, we saw the London buses last night. Can you repeat the London buses tonight, or...?
I would like to, Matt, but I feel like that this race might be a lot harder than race 1, so we'll see what happens.
And finally, just one last question. Your dad getting 4th place, obviously, you know the struggles he's been facing all season, of just that step up in quality from Pro-Am to Pro. What do you have to say on your dad getting a 4th place? Because that's a mega effort from himself.
Well, not just to my dad, but to everyone else who's watching, never ever give up. You may be struggling as much as you are, but you do have one of those brilliant moments of coming through the pack, and Dad did a solid job in 4th. Good points for him and Sutty, and Sutty with solid points as well. I'm very happy for him and very proud of him that he managed to do that, especially in this level of drivers. In Pro, there's no harder level. Even like Jamie himself will know that this level in Pro is much, much different than Pro-Am.
Yeah. Well, best of luck, Dan. We'll let you get back to it for race 2, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Quickly as well, just before I get to my co-commentator, he's back on the Simplay channel, Jamie Brazier, with me in the box. But Unorthodox leads the way, 27 points clear of Andy. Andy still, though, double points to use. Fury, 53 points now behind, but isn't here. He's not here for race 2, and due to it being an American track, will not be here for this second race as the 2-minute countdown has begun, because we're not on the online championship feature. So he sits third, 4 points ahead of Gary, but Gary, no matter what the result tonight, will go above him. BT Targa then, P5, still not used his double points. Emo Guy is up to 6th. D-Big 7th, not scoring in race 1. Maze Gamer didn't either, so that's allowed Peaceful Explosion to catch them up. He is the man on double points tonight, so can he get a better usage of his double points in this second race? Xmar in P10, 3 points behind him, with Sutty losing out as well. Argent then in P12, not scoring as many points as he'd have liked to tonight. Pulls away slightly from Disco, but got caught by Little Each a lot, who's jumped Disco, and Kelly off the bottom of the championship for the first time this season, as he is ahead of Monkey Boy by 1 point. In the Constructors' battle, it's Shake and Bake Motorsport, 37 points clear of Sandbags Motorsport, with Slingshot Motorsport then some 64 behind. Leech Motorsport, they are just behind the Slingshot Motorsport boys in P14. Prolapse P5, some 19 points off the back of them. Forever Forward Racing now dropped down a state, where they are, and lose out on points. Big points with Maze Gamer not finishing. Simplay Racing catch them, and Audio Sport Prolapse are 5 off the back of Simplay Racing. And Jamie, nice to have you in the box again.
Yeah, thank you for having me back for commentary.
Pleasure. It was hard in race 1 doing it on my own, so it's a pleasure to have someone in the box for me, because that was absolute carnage.
Yeah, look, carnage. Lot of incidents. A lot of on-track battles, and hopefully race 2's More of the same, just less incidents.
Yeah, hopefully it's not going to disappoint Maze Gamer, though, with an absolute rapid time. That's going to take some beating. Disco's in the pits. He won't beat it. Maze Gamer will actually finish. There's someone just crossing the line now. Not sure who that is. That's Peaceful. He finishes P3, so goes third in the end, some 6/10 off the pole. Good lap from him. It'll be Argent to finish next, and this is Argent's 100th race here tonight. So this one is something that he'll hope to get better result in. Monkey Boy coming to the line. No, he's not. Sorry, who's the next one? It's D Biggs to the line then. He's currently 7th. Can he improve on that position? No, stays P7, so that's not the best of qualifyings for him. What about Monkey Boy, the Maze Gamer, coming round now? He's already got pole. He backs out of that one then. Gary, the next one, I think, to cross the line. Yes, indeed it is. Will he get pole? That's the biggest question.
No, he looks like he's down in the last.
Yeah, he's not going to get that. He's backed out of it. Right, so it's just Monkey Boy then for the final places. What will he get here as he comes round? Can he improve P6? Yeah, he is. Can he improve his P6?
No, it didn't look like he did.
I don't think he did.
His time.
So it's Maze Gamer then who takes another pole position for the Mercedes-Benz here today from Gary 131 then in second place. Peaceful Explosion will get a good third. Monkey Boy did improve his time but only stay sixth. Disco then will be in fourth place, with Argent on his 100th race down in fifth. Then it's then it's Little Eats, the best of the non-qualifiers. Emo Guy, Andy, BT Targa, Sooty Apex on Orthodubs, KLF and Xmart. 15 drivers as we lost out on Fury, but that then gives the Mercedes-Benz excuse me, its 13th pole position in the Pro and its 56th pole position overall here at Simplay Motorsport. The McLaren now has 18 wins to its name. It's its 4th win in the Pro this season. That's actually wrong because it's got 5 wins in the Pro because Dan's got 4 and BT Targa's got 1. So 5 wins in the Pro this year, and it is closing. No, it's nowhere near the Lamborghini. I lied. It's still got some 20 odd race wins to get before it gets to the Lamborghini. But either way, that's another pole position for Maze Gamer, and that puts him, where is he now? Up to 8 pole positions, and he's just moved up a fair few spots on that list. Let me just update this list so that we know where people are. To column L, that. So yeah, Maze Gamer moving up the list to 8th overall on that list in terms of pole positions, just behind Rabbit Joe. Fury now tied with Gary and Mazda on 11 pole positions apiece. 1 behind Dan. Dan, only 12 pole positions to go with his 30 race wins, whereas Andy, 24 pole positions to go with his 11 race wins. He'd love to convert more of them poles into wins. And Jamie, who's your tip for race 2?
I'm going to put my money on Maze Gamer. As long as he doesn't disconnect, I reckon he might be away and gone quite early on.
Gary on the front row with him. We'll have to see what he can do. Yeah, I'm going to go for Dan. I think the London Busters could be the shout for this one. I'm going to see what he can do from here. But the lights are on, the revs are rising, and it's green here for round 12 and the halfway mark of the season. And Gary 131, an absolutely electrifying start as all the cars jink on the line. Oh, squeezing in the wall. That Kelly hasn't moved. Now Kelly has not gone. I think he late to the party? He's moving now.
Yeah, he's moving now.
There was someone in the wall. Back. I think there was a little each in the wall there. He is a long way back. What happened to Kelly there? Gary, though, great start, Jamie, off the line.
Yeah, that was a brilliant start off the line. Oh, it looks like someone's ran.
That's Peaceful Explosion, who's round and on double points now. He's not having the best of luck. That looks like it's Dan trying to get up the inside of Monkey Boy. And look at Dan already up into the top 5. Monkey a little wide then, gets back onto the track now. And he's all over the place in that Ferrari at the minute. Not going so well. Who's off? Guy. Oh, it is. Oh, no, look. Oh, carnage. Emo Guy, Xmart, Andy.
Disco, sorry.
And Disco. Was Andy involved in that as well? I think he might have been. No, I think he's got away with that. Who else was in that? D-Biggs, Disco, Emo, Xmart, and Peaceful maybe as well, I think, might have been involved in that one. But Kelly, after such a bad start, back up to 15th place ahead of Disco. And when it rains, it pours for some of these drivers at times.
Yeah, it does. But look, Gary's in the pits.
He's had a drive-through. Yeah, he's jumped the start. He's definitely jumped the start, and I thought he got away particularly well, but he's jumped it. Who's that in the background making moves? That is Monkey Boy all over the back of BT Targa here, looking to get the job done as they come round the banking towards turn 1. He's on the lower side here, and where will Monkey Boy feed out? Just ahead. He is. I tell you what, is he up the inside? No, tucks back in, narrowly avoiding the back of him, but good move from Monkey Boy to gain a place.
Yeah, Dan has had an absolutely amazing start. He's already up to 2nd place.
Cracking start. Gifted the second by Gary having to do the drive-through, but you have to say he's got to get from the back up there. He was 13th on the grid, I do believe, and he's now sat P2. Kelly's gained another place because of Gary's drive-through. Gary, some 22 seconds back now. He's a long way behind. And Mays here not having this one his own way, is he?
No, so he's going to have unorthodox giving him pressure all the way till that 25 or until he gets past.
Dan here.
Dan's not going to make it easy for him.
No, and he's going to be right in the slipstream here of Maze Gamer. The thing with the slipstream I noticed last night is it's more effective on the second sort of banking. You really start to feel it pull you in on that second part, down within half a second. Now watch it this bit here. This is where Dan will start to feel that toe. Look, the time starts to come down. Behind, though, Monkey Boy on a charge at the minute as he goes up to P3 ahead of Little Leech. Little Leech has got to be careful of BT Targa underneath now as well. BT backed out of that and gone high. Arjun looks like he's got damage to the front of his car because he's got a headlight out at the minute. And Monkey Boy then sitting P3. Little Leech charging up the inside of Monkey Boy as Monkey Boy goes very deep, cuts back in ahead of BT Targa there, and Little Leech back to 3rd. Dan, though, got within 3/10 of Maze Gamer. That is his teammate, and Monkey Boy's teammate. Who's round, Peaceful Explosion.
Peaceful's off again.
Yeah, he's struggled round here. He has not enjoyed Texas, that is for sure.
Someone else off as well.
Is that
KLS.
Oh, poor Kelly. Oh, after such a good first race, he's dropped the rear, and that's going to put Gary right into play now. Poor KLF then. BT Targa looking for a way past Monkey Boy.
Little Leech has managed to break away from this.
Yeah, just created a gap, hasn't he? Andy's just got up the inside of Argent, so that's job done. Sooty on the back of Argent as well. Look at this gaggle of cars here. Monkey, BT, Andy, Argent, Sooty. No emo guy. Sooty's underneath Argent in the background. And he's now looking to make that move. He's make that manoeuvre on Argent. In fact, that's the job done. Look, you see there just in the background, Sooty ahead. And like you've just said, Jamie, Little Leech breaking away from this pack.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Have you just read the chat?
No, I haven't.
Kelly's telly switched channels as Andy's had to drop down the oval there. That's going to cost him some momentum. In fact, he's got past BT. They touch, which goes into the side of Monkey Boy. And that might be one the stewards want to look at. He dropped off the oval, which you're not allowed to do. And that one then.
Yeah, that would definitely be looked at. If there was contact, then fair enough. But if he's just dropped down.
Yeah, if there's contact, fair enough. But yeah, exactly. Agree with what you say. But yeah, he's Telly switched channels as Kelly. That's why he's missed the start line. Well, he's ahead of Peaceful and Gary at the moment. Can he get on the back of Disco? Andy then up to 3rd. Dan and Mays out front still battling. But this battle between about 4 or 5 cars, Monkey Boy's dropped to place. Now Biggs is what's going off there. Emo Guy and X-Mart's just been passed by Biggs on my timing screen. It says a good battle. Oh, that Mercedes has seen better days, hasn't it? That's got a bit of damage to the side of that. So's X-Mart's McLaren.
Yeah, so's the McLaren. He's got Disco just behind him. He's got a bit of damage on the front of his
Now,
BMW.
was that from that bus stop chicane incident? Because M3 was all involved in that. Look at Little Leech now, trying to get past Andy. Andy's got past Little Leech somewhere then.
Yeah, I think he slipstreamed him down the pit straight and done him.
He has done him. Monkey Boy coming. That Ferrari sure shifts down this straight, doesn't it? Argent has got past BT Targa and Sooty. So not sure what's happened to BT and Sooty. They've dropped off the back of this pack a little bit. There they are. There's a good gaggle of cars here.
Yeah, I wonder whether BT got any damage from the dive bomb from Andy.
Monkey Boy got a tap as well. Probably not as bad as BT. But nonetheless, that Ferrari, though, it sure can shift down the straight line as Peaceful's been passed by Gary. Has he dropped it somewhere? Because he's quite a way back. X-Mart's lost out to Disco as well. But there's 2 groups of cars. There's this group here, and then there's the group a bit further back with Disco, X-Mart, Gary, Peaceful, and KLF all involved in it. Maybe not Peaceful, but yeah.
Yeah, so they've all... And then so you got got a little pairing of Maze Gamer and the North Dubs.
Yeah, just under 0.3 per second. Now look at that time, just creeping up ever so slightly. Then you get to the line, and that gap just starts to come down now, look, as it's gone up a little bit there. But look at it now, start to come down a bit more, up and down. It doesn't know whether to go up or down. Don't know what to do here. It's down now to just under 0.3, 2.5. It could be 0.2 by turn 1. Is Dan going to look up the inside? No, brakes a bit earlier. Loses a bit of time, puts Maze Gamer under pressure. Maze deep, but keeps it round the outside. And Dan gives him plenty of room. I tell you what, Maze was very deep there, but Dan not able to answer back to that Mercedes pure power in a straight line as X marks in the pits.
Yeah, so Maze just got the traction off the corner, but he's got a little wiggle out of the chicane. North Dub's going to look. Oh, Maze is off.
He's off. Yep, round he goes. Where's that? Bus stop chicane. Yes, it is. Yep. He's got to rejoin, and we've seen a few people off there tonight. And when they're off, they're completely spinning. The problem he's got now is oncoming traffic. Oh, he makes it. He doesn't. He just rejoins just after that car goes past, and that was Sooty Apex. Now, what's happened to Monkey Boy? Because he's dropped down to P8. He's behind Maze, and he's quite some way off that pack he was fighting with. Andy. Oh, yeah, struggling.
Yeah.
That Ferrari doesn't look the best of cars out there tonight, it must be said.
No, it does look a bit of a handful. It looks very good in a straight line, but just through the corners, it just looks an absolute handful.
I know Peaceful Explosion said before we came on air that he was just struggling for grip. It just felt like the car wouldn't grip as Little Each comes in at the end of lap 6.
And BT as well.
BT Target as well. Yeah, he just said that the car wouldn't grip, so it was an interesting one to hear why the car was just struggling to grip. Emo Guy in as well. God, they're all coming in now, aren't they? Lap 6 for Emo Guy and D-Biggs. Which has promoted Monkey Boy back up to 5th. It's promoted Kelly up to 7th. Maze Gamer after his spin, though. How costly could that be? Where's Disco and the others? Disco's in. Where are we? Disco. Is Peaceful coming in?
Yeah, Peaceful's in as well.
Peaceful in as well. So nearly half in fact over half the grid have pitted in the first 2 laps off the pit window. Now don't forget you've got to stay low to the banking here until you get to turn 1. And nicely done from both. It is so easy to come around that corner and just drift it out wide there onto the track. I tell you what, there was a puddle just on that corner last night and it was impossible to get out the pit lane when that puddle was there. But look at Argent here, up into 3rd place on his 100th race stop, up to 3rd here. And so far going good guns at the minute, but he's got a pit. He's some way off the back of Andy and Unorthodox and has got Sooty Apex breathing down his neck. And we know these two in the past, Jamie, you know as well as myself, these two have had a bit of a ding-dong and a bit of a rivalry in the past.
Yeah, they have. What's coming into play here, though, is the fact is the people that are pitted are now coming out of the pits, and they're going to say they're in the middle. Oh, who's that who's lost their rear wing? Is that D-Biggs?
Yeah, Biggs. Wow, he's only just pitted. Wow, so what has happened there? But his rear wing has come off. That's...
Is that Andy?
No, that's... Oh, it is Andy, yes. Andy, the lapped car. Emo Guy's been off. Well, that's a strange one, because it didn't look like there was any contact. But either way, Gary's now into the pits. Emo Guy wide through the bus stop.
There's another car off. Who's that? D-Biggs.
Yeah, Biggs. Now struggling as Peaceful's going to get past. Biggs down to 15th place. No, Peaceful's now going to get past. Monkey Boy's lapped him. Gary's in the pits now for his stop. Ferrari like warm weather and dry. And no pit walls, coughs me at Baku, says PN Motorsport in the chat. You say that, but you had a great result at Monaco. 20 people currently watching the stream, 15 likes in a minute. Guys, girls, if you haven't liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and hit the bell to be notified. 6 hours of Monza coming your way on Saturday. And then a week on Sunday, we'll be back for Formula 1 2021 with the Canadian Grand Prix. As Sooty Apex at the end of lap 8 comes in. And that lets Argent go. It promotes Monkey Boy to 4th. Biggs is back in the pits. BT Target clipping the wall as he's trying to chase down on Little Each then. And it's about 25 to 30 seconds, Jamie, I worked out last night for a pit stop. So at the minute, Dan, if he was to pit now, would come out behind KLF and well in front of Little Each. So he's got that buffer at the moment, if you will. But he's got to make sure that he doesn't make any more mistakes.
Yeah, maybe it'd be a good idea for Dan to pit round about now, knowing that he'd come out just behind his dad. So KLF probably wouldn't fight Unorthodox too hard because he knows that's not his real battle. But then again, it's a father-son rivalry, so
that's the one. Yeah.
KLF might just punt him off at the next corner.
There's plenty of walls around here. We know Kelly loves an oval wall and putting a Mercedes-Benz into its Smoky Devil last season, and I'm sure he'll thank me for saying that. I'm sure you'll love me saying that. I'm just trying to work out Kelly. So let's say 30 seconds. That'll take him to 59. So Kelly will come out around about Gary 131's his gap at the minute, his battle. So maybe 8th or 9th for KLF at this moment in time. If he was to pit now, BT Targa though, we see the Porsche. You'd imagine the Porsche is going to have the better straight line power, but just under the 1 second mark is where the slipstream takes effect, and you can see BT's time to Little Leach look just coming down at the top left hand side of the screen where it says Little Leach's name. That gap just slowly coming down here and getting shorter and shorter and shorter every inch of oval that these guys drive over at this minute in time. And BT under half a second, under 4/10 of a second, 3.5 tenths, coming up to the 3/10 mark, but just runs out of road.
Yeah, you could see he was closing in on Little Leach, but yeah, just didn't have enough
PMO spot
there to get him.
Yeah, just like a little bit more. If it was Daytona, where the corner's probably a bit more flowing, he might have had a shout. PMO Sport in the chat. I prefer Monaco in a way to Baku, and there's a lovely run of tracks I like until Zandvoort. There's a lot of tracks I like. Canada being one of the 2 favourite tracks of that season for me coming up. The other one is Interlagos as Argent. Then at the end of lap 10 decides to pit.
Yeah, BT going to get drive this time? He's probably a bit further away.
Yeah, I'd say he's lost a 10th or 2, hasn't he? Kelly comes in as well. So that's on the lap 10 for KLF. So we reckon around Gary 131 is his fight. Gary 131 X-Mart, I'd say, is his battle, but we'll see because he had a good stop in race 1. These two are going to fly past, no problem. Where's Argent? Can't see him to the left, so he's not out of the pit lane just yet. He's off the limiter now. Kelly's not yet away in the pit, so you see, look, just under 4/10. He's just once again, Jamie, just a bit closer, but ran out of room come the end of the corner. Kelly out the pits as Gary's coming round, and Gary, look, will be up to speed. You'd imagine we'll get past KLF. Job done. I said around Gary, I wasn't too far wrong. As Dan, I think that red dot on the map is Dan about to lap X-Mart here. And that then is Andy in the pits, lap 11. Who else? We got BT and Little Leach here. I love Monza. Sochi is meh. Can't stand Sochi. Waste of time, I think. I just dislike the track. I think it's so... Yeah. The racing there is always dull. But I don't have to commentate it. Dan does. Monkey Boy jumps in as well.
Yeah, it's not the best of tracks, Sochi. It's definitely not one of my favourites.
The last Sochi Grand Prix this year, isn't it? And then it goes to somewhere else next year, doesn't it? St. Petersburg, if I remember.
Yeah, St. Petersburg.
Andy out the pit, stays in second place, and Monkey Boy is still not away. Little Leach and BT Targa have got through. Here's Sooty Apex trying to get within a second of Emo Guy. This battle resumes from race 1. Argent came out the pitch just behind his teammate Maze Gamer then. So Argent on his 100th race, doing well so far. Monkey Boy just coming out the pits now. Where's Maze Gamer? Just gone past him. Where's Argent? Just going to get him on the straight. The question is will Gary and Kelly get Monkey Boy as they will be up to speed? Monkey Boy coming round to turn 1. I don't think Gary's going to get him.
No. You just see Monkey Boy go past.
Just a bit too far behind was Gary then. So Monkey Boy comes out 7th, so not too bad at the minute. 23 people watching. 15 likes on the stream, and that was Argent on his 100th race. Down to 9th, and you tell you what, we've seen a bit of a pro-am here in Argent tonight. The inconsistency. Oh, right. Jamie, I need you to take over the commentary very, very quickly for me. I've had an urgent matter I just need to attend to very quickly. So, Jamie, just take over, please.
Yep. So, X-Mart's just closing in on the back of Argent here. He's not... Ooh, Argent looks a little bit of a mistake. I think that is unorthodox behind, so he doesn't want to be caught out by these two. I think if if I was unorthodox, I'd be in the pits now because he's going to come out well in front, and he is. He's coming into the pits, so he's not going to come out anywhere near Andy. He'll be long gone from him. Gary and Monkey Boy come around the first bank of the oval as Unorthodox does pit. Gary in the slipstream. Is he going to go for the move into turn 1? No, thinks better of it. Monkey Boy goes a bit wide and Gary nips up the inside. Look, that's a brilliant move there from Gary. Oh, Monkey Boy spun.
Okay, we're back. What have we missed?
Gary getting past Monkey Boy and Monkey Boy just having a little bit of a spin.
No, what a shame for Monkey Boy. Dan's pitted. That's everybody now done. Oh, apologies about that. Whew.
X-Mark's right behind Argent after Argent's spin, and he just got Monkey Boy just for another second up the road.
Couple of seconds. Argent looks very twitchy tonight, and I thought this race one, it's been very much a pro-am drive from Argent. Just that little inconsistencies we've seen from Kieran just creeping into his racing tonight, and the errors being made that maybe he'd have thought he wouldn't have wanted or needed to do after such a good start to his season.
Yeah, maybe there's just a bit of frustration knowing that he's not doing as well as he has in other races, and just pushing the car a bit too far and making those mistakes.
23 people watching, still 15 likes. Guys, girls, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new. We've just got over 200 subscribers, so thank you all to those who have subscribed. Loud, it's the big push for the big 300 as we try and make our way towards the next milestone in the subscriptions. BT Targa still, he'll be able to close his eyes and paint us a portrait of the back end of that Porsche, because you'll know it off by heart the amount of times he's been staring at it. And I tell you what, the top three are the top three from race one, and they've looked the most comfortable maze. What's he done? He's made a mistake. Monkey Boy through, Gary Kelly through, Arjun and X-Mark through. And is that going to be is that Dan? Or is that Biggs? That's Biggs a lap down, isn't it? That's D Biggs.
Yeah, I know Stubbs is there. He's got Andy 7 seconds behind, so a little mistake from Dan, and Andy's going to be right on the back then.
Yeah. This is the kind of territory that I was in last night with Laney, a couple of seconds behind, and behind Laney, and it was easier to sort of back off the pace a little bit. Maze, another problem. Now, what's happened to Argent as well? Because Argent's dropped to 10th. He's just re-overtaken Maze Gamer. So both the Mercedes drivers struggling here then.
I wonder whether they've made a bit of contact coming out of the hairpin.
Well, Maze was behind X-Mark. Argent was ahead of X-Mark. So I wonder what has happened. I wonder if Argent's had a spin and Maze has caught him as he come round. Emo guy now, the Mercedes, not going well here. They've got one lap pace for sure. But that is it, because they're not racing very well. Oh, Mace, just a late cut there, and you see the lag from Emo Guy as he's bouncing all over the oval. But here comes Emo Guy. Who's that?
That's Disco.
Oh, what has happened to Disco with Disco Face?
The front of that car is absolutely destroyed. So is he just touched the oval? And... oh, he's struggling here. Yeah.
And let's hope he gets that back to the pits and gets that one to the end, because he could do with the points. A retirement for Disco, and that'll be a 25-point deduction. He's got back ahead of Sutty. No, Sutty's back in front of Disco. So I'm not sure what's quite happening there. But at the minute, BT Targa. Maze again! This Mercedes. Is its tyres just died? Do we think it's possible? Because it's aggressive on its tyres. So do we think... Yeah.
Possibly that one spin has just destroyed the tyre. Monkey Boy's now coming.
Yeah, the pace of that Ferrari in a straight line is fantastic. And Monkey Boy, right up his inside, two wheels on the grass, lower part of the banking. X-Mark tucks back underneath, and these two trying to hunt down KLF as well. Monkey Boy flying. X-Mark, good manoeuvre. Back up the inside. Can Monkey Boy get the undercut? No, because X-Mark has got it perfectly parked on the apex. And great move. Disco got back to the pits in the end, so that's good to see.
Yeah, that's good to see him get back into the pits, because say if he makes it to the end, he'll score. Although it would be little points, he'll still score some points towards his championship. Yeah,
instead of losing the 25 for a third retirement this season, he'll at least get points in the end. He's lost out to Peaceful. Sorry, go on.
All of a sudden dropped a bit of a gap to X-Mark.
I wonder if the Ferraris, because Monkey Boy seemed quick on the oval, didn't he? We saw earlier he lost out to Little Leach, but is he maybe just struggling on the infield? Is the car set up for that part of the oval? And is this why Peaceful struggled? Is it the setup as Maze Gamer then, just ahead of Sooty Apex? Sooty will be looking for the move on Maze Gamer, but Maze again, look, it's just not. It's not turning. That Mercedes just is not turning in. Wow. And that's a wall. And that's a reset button.
Yep. So yeah, that'll definitely be getting looked into.
Well, that's a slam dunk penalty there. That's like missing the pit window. That is a slam dunk penalty. Emo Guy gaining on the back of Argent. Then Argent currently down in 9th. And what was for Argent? I tell you what, I found this out in the week. The minute you put this man under pressure, you start to see him run deeper to few corners. That's turn 1 he ran deep. He's a little deeper there than where he'd want to be. And watch him down at this bottom corner in a moment. Bus stop you don't really need to brake for. You watch him down at this corner here. Watch him outbrake himself.
Yeah, there you go. He outbrakes himself. He might get the traction off the corner.
You can get away with it on that corner a little bit, but it's just Argent is very predictable at times. And see, look again there. Look, just he gets the minute he's under pressure, and it's Argent's the same. Whether he's attacking a car, he'll overshoot it. If he's defending, he'll overshoot it. He just cannot seem to get it. I don't know. That's got to be, for me, that's a personal thing for Argent, that he's got to get himself braking at the same point. No good trying to brake later because he just knows he can't get it stopped. Watch him into turn 1, Jamie. Let's just keep with him a second. Watch him into turn 1 here as he's round the outside. Look, he's a bit of a huge. That was a wiggle. That was a wiggle. But you watch him into turn 1. If he's close enough to Emo Guy to have a go, you watch him outbrake himself into turn 1.
To be fair, I don't think. Because I think Emo Guy might be jumping all over the screen. I was going to say I should know.
Yeah. Argent actually got it stopped and turned in there very nicely.
Yeah, I think Emo Guy's jumping all over the track, so that is not going to help hard.
Maze.
Yeah,
in the pit. His night has gone from bad to worse. Disco's out the pits. His lights are on there, but they're not shining very bright, are they? But the lights are on.
Yeah.
That's a strange one.
I was going to say, I think he has repaired the damage, but
he's been in. Them lights look like they're on my screen. Now they're off. Now they're on.
Yeah,
but yet they're not shining. Well, he's got his lights on, so he can't be penalised for that because they're clearly on. They're off. Well, there's clearly a bit of a glitch on our screen for that one then. Andy slowly gained on Dan a little bit, and look at the two, Little Leach and BT Targa. Their time is within a couple, and they've been like this now, Jamie, for a good 6 or 7 laps, if not more.
Yeah, BT will be having nightmares about that Porsche when he goes to sleep tonight.
Close his eyes to go to bed, and it's all he'll see in his sleep. D Biggs has managed to stick at it and get himself up to 14th place and isn't too far off the back of Disco, so maybe could get himself an extra place. That's give Peaceful a couple of places as well. And Argent may soon start to come under pressure from Sooty Apex. We're on to lap 20 of 25. These two just about to start their 20th. There they go now. Some 13 seconds behind Dan. Dan just lapping. I mean, the top 5. Look at the top 5. Gary, the quickest last time around. In fact, he's not crossed the line yet. But all in the 16s. Then Emo Guy's in the 16s as well, down in 9th. Peaceful's in the 16s, down in 12th. Little Leach defends from BT. Our internet in Norfolk ain't the best, am I right, Jamie? Especially outside of Norwich.
Yeah. I was going to say, when you came to my house, you can get internet.
I didn't even get mobile data. PN, you wouldn't have been around for season 1, but Jamie Brazier won the title disconnecting so many times that me and Andy started a fund for the Church of Jamie Brazier to help him pray that his internet wasn't going to disconnect. That's a blast from the past, from nearly what he's coming up to 2 years ago now. But yeah, we set up a little fund. We didn't really. But But it was the running joke on the commentary at time with me and Andy on the commentary, and yeah, the Church of Jamie Brazier, and it helped him win the Pro-Am Season 1 championship. Speaking of Andy, he's 7 seconds off the back of Dan. This the battle for 3rd and 4th on the podium, and it's still within 6/10. BT as close now as he's been when we looked before, but I just feel that Porsche has enough that BT runs out of room at the end.
Yeah, we'll see on the onboard how close he gets. He's about 4 tenths back. 4 tenths behind. Really, he needs to be about 2 tenths at about now to think about having a dive bomb at him. Oh no, I think the Monkey Boy made a mistake. He's just dropped behind Argent.
Yeah, he must have done. Our emo guys dropped behind Argent as well. So I wonder if them two's had a coming together or something. Not quite sure there. Kelly again. Maze Game is in a wall.
Yeah, I just saw him on the timing board get past D Biggs and.
Oh, that was, nearly ploughed into the back of Sutty Apex, who a minute ago he was racing for a lap. He's ducked underneath the oval. We'll just stay with this a moment. Because if he's not coming in the pits, that's also a little cheeky. I think he's coming in. Yeah, he's coming in.
X-Mart is now on the back of KLF.
KLF, yes. Disco just in front of a lapped car. But not close enough to Kelly at the minute to be causing a havoc. In fact, he's just close enough that if they get out to the oval, Kelly could use that bit of slipstream from Disco to just pull and keep ahead of X-Mart here. Mine's the fastest I can get. No idea if I'm laggy in F1. I don't think you're laggy in F1, Pian. I think you're quite good.
No, I was going to say on the streams he's quite good. A lot better than me.
But you know what, Pian's brilliant on F1. I think he's doing really well today. That he suffers with back problems like myself. I think he's doing fantastic on F1. And hopefully that can continue into the season. Obviously, the tables will be updated soon when incidents have been reported. So there's a few put in. But X-Mart just getting closer to Kelly here. And you say you want to be 2 or 3 tenths by this point now. Well, he's some 7 tenths behind. Disco there, doing everything he can. Looks staying up high. I think he even got off the power there. Looks getting well out of the way. Nicely done from Disco there. Because, of course, the back markers, they're not obliged to get out of the way. It's World Endurance rules. And this man must be getting fed up of this view. But he's closer, Jamie. He's a lot closer now.
Oh, yeah, he's a lot closer. Again, I think when BT wakes up tomorrow morning, there'll just be a Porsche parked in front of him.
It'll be funny if he actually pulled out for work and there's a grey or black silvery looking Porsche just in the traffic in front of him. BT then, 2 or 3 tenths you said to be at by this stage of the track. He's just at 4 tenths. Again, look, that Porsche just has enough that it can keep BT Targa at bay. He's closer. He's just not close enough. And this has been BT's problem. He's got to nail the infield and get this absolutely spot on. Otherwise, it could be back-to-back podium for Little Leach and Andy in Unorthodox today. Gary running in 5th, better race too. Kelly in 6th place again and having a real scrap. But X-Mart, though, look at this in the slipstream. Right on the back of KLF here. And Kelly going good guns. Unless I hit a pit wall at Baku again, call me David Coulthard, lol, says PN Motorsport in the chat. Or you don't have to worry, Baku won't be there until at least the next F1 game, probably now, because I don't think we'll be doing one on this F1 game again just yet, but we'll have to wait to see what happens. But there's still a long way to go. Still some 11 races left in the F1 calendar in Canada. Like I say, the next track after Monza at the World Endurance this Saturday, and then we've got Oulton Park back on British soil, and it's my track selection for next week. Oulton Park, the full length circuit for that in the Pro and Pro-Am.
There's X-Mart, he's looking up the inside.
Just a bit too far back. Kelly's not going to lose out too much running wide there. Can he keep a nose up X-Mart's inside? No, he can't. So good, solid move from X-Mart. Kelly coming back for the Davis dive, and up the inside he goes, forcing Kelly. X-Mart's near a wall here, side by side with Kelly. This could go wrong. This could end very badly for X-Mart. Kelly, though, look, he's learned from his previous mistakes on oval tracks and to give plenty of space by the wall and the other driver. So Kelly there. And again, he'll kill me for that one, but using his head to good knowledge there as he comes round. And look at this, Disco, he's going to have to get off the throttle in a minute because he's flying round.
Yeah, he's got the popcorn out watched, waiting for all this to kick off. There he goes, he's just going wide. X-Mart's sticking in the slipstream, looking looking for the movement to turn one. He's looking for it.
Oh, and there's the Kelly cut there at the end. X-Mart trying to get a nose up. Kelly just cutting him off. X-Mart's dropped it on his own. And has that gifted Kelly P6 late in this race. In fact, we're on the last lap. Dan's just crossed the line, saw the last lap. Look at these. Argent, Maze Gamer, Emo Guy, Monkey, Peaceful Explosion in this battle. And Argent there, forcefully. Maze! Oh, Maze! And not only that, but Argent a bit forcefully pushed the Emo Guy wide, but Karma maybe, because he's now lost out. Sooty Apex, can he get through? Argent, whoa, Argent!
That's Dan.
Was it Dan?
No, it wasn't Dan. Who was it?
Biggs then.
Yeah, it was Biggs. Poor
Biggs. Right, poor Biggs, he's had a shocking night tonight. Let's go on board on Orthodubs, because he's had no dramas, he's had no worries. And I tell you what, he just wants to copy me by doing the London buses. It's been an Acura dominate at Pro-Am. It's been a McLaren dominate here in Pro. It's back-to-back wins for Unorthodox in the Pro. And the two-time champ saying to Andy, whatever you can do, I can do better. Come and get me. It's win number 5 this season for Unorthodox. Sooty crosses the line there for P10. Andy, though, has no answer for Dan tonight. And that is going to be a second place for him. That is a good position for Andy to get in. It's my streamers. There we go. Second place for Andy. Third place, Little Each over BT Targa in the end. BT will have to settle for 4th. Little Each will get another 3rd. Gary 131. Who's that? That's Argent. Gary will come across for a 5th place. Good points for the Leachy Motorsport boys. This man, get your votes in for Driver of the Day. I'm going to give mine to KLF because he's been fantastic tonight. A P6 for Kelly Davis. What a drive from this man. He's going to get my vote for Driver of the Day. Jamie, yours?
Yeah, he's got my vote as well.
Get your votes in the chat for Driver of the Day as well.
There's it's Disco who's lost it on the infield.
Oh, what a shame. Kelly, though, P6, fantastic drive from himself. 7th place is going to go the way of X-Mart. That is 8th place for Monkey Boy. A better result for Monkey Boy in this second race. 8th is his best finish this season. 9th is going to go the way of Emo Guy. 10th place for Sooty Apex. We know 11th place looks like it's going to be Peaceful Explosions. 12th has gone the way of Argent on his 100th race. That's not the way he'd have wanted to do it. 13th place for this man, Disco. Not the night for him. 14th for D-Biggs in the end. A Maze Gamer. An absolutely shocking race too. Comes home 15th place. Fastest lap of the race. 1:15.84 for Dan. 1:15.7 for Gary.
Yeah.
15.9 for Peaceful, so even Peaceful had some good pace. 15.6.
15.6 from Maze.
Maze Gamer then takes the fastest lap. So Dan comes away with the exact same points as me last night, and I believe is the first man into the 50-point mark this season. I will double check that for you, though. Dan, 51 tonight, same as me last night. Yes, Dan, the only man to get into the 50-point mark this season. So what a job from Dan. The top 3 will hopefully get in. Little Each, Andy, Andy's just joined us. We'll try and get Dan in as well, hopefully. Let's quickly just update the tables while we wait for Little Each to join as well. What's being said in the chats? My driver of the day is KLF. KLF driver of the day says Peaceful. KLF says Gary. Solid Little Each, 3rd. Another good shout out for Little Each as well, because he's actually took 2 third places. Kelly driver of the day says Smithy. Little Each driver of the day says Welshie. Sorry, Biggs, Kieran moved and then you were there. KLF driver of the day says Sooty. Yeah, interesting to see that. We are just waiting for Little Each. Sort the drivers' tables out now, and then we'll get on with the interviews. But the Drivers' Championship looks like this, and Unorthodox leads away 32 points from Andy, but Andy still has double points to take. Gary now up into 3rd place, 71 points off the back, with Fury in 4th, some 78 off the back. BT Targus 5th, 103 off the back of Dan, but he has 100 points. He has double points still to take. Emo Guy in 6th place now. D-Biggs up to 7th, Peaceful 8, he was on his double points tonight. Maze Gamer goes 9th. or drops tonight, should I say, as Peaceful goes above him. Exmore, he's P10, couple of points behind them guys. Sutty in 11th. Lidleach up to 12th after 2 third places. Really good night from him. Kieran down to 13th. Disco stays 14th with KLF 15th place and only a point behind Disco now. Monkey Boy some 3 points off the back of Kelly and 4 off the back of Disco, bringing up the rear. Shaker Bake Motorsport lead by 57 points in the Constructors title from Sandbags Motorsport. Slingshot Motorsport a couple of points behind them. Leach Motorsport in the fight as well, with Team Prolapse a bit further back, some 23 points behind Leach Motorsport. Forever Forward Racing dropped well off tonight. Simplay Racing gaining on the back of them, and Audio Sport Prolapse bringing up the rear. And we've got Little Leach in, and Craig, I bet you didn't expect 2 podiums tonight, never mind 1.
Well, I don't think that's ever been done from me, to be fair.
It's a good night from yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with tonight. It's going well.
Put back in the Porsche this season, does that feel a lot better than that Renault you was in?
Yes.
A man of little words tonight, aren't you? What can you do for the rest of this season, Craig? Because if tonight's anything to go by, and last week for Gary, it's starting to come together.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to come together. We're halfway through, so a big push for the second half of the season.
Well, we wish you the best luck for the rest of the season, buddy. We'll let you get off, because obviously I know you've got your little boy to attend to now. And yeah, we'll let you get some rest, and well done tonight, mate.
Lovely, thank you. Well done, top 2.
And we got Andy in as well. And Andy, another 5 points lost out to Dan there. But you've got this track out the way. That's the big thing for yourself.
Yeah, 2 second places. Would never have expected that in a million years coming here. But was a little bit of a drag having to follow Dan home, just watching him disappear into the distance. Towards the end, I started to get the hang of it and started matching him. But obviously, by then, halfway through the race, it's not really the time that I wanted to be getting to grips with it halfway through race 2. But nonetheless, I'll take 2 second places. Pretty happy with that. Only a 10-point loss to Dan. So yeah, I really can't complain. Considering coming into tonight, I really wasn't expecting much at all.
Like you say, coming in tonight, not expecting much. But Alton Park next week, a track that we're all very familiar with. If I remember rightly, I think you went quite well there when we did it a couple of seasons ago. Are you looking forward to Alton Park next week?
Yeah, and that was in the Lambo, and I didn't really have very many good setups for that car. This Beamer, I've got it locked down. I know exactly how to drive this car, so I think that I'll definitely be better around there in this car than I was in the Lambo. And I like Alton Park. I liked it in the touring cars. I bottled a certain championship finale, which you commentated on.
Yep.
Around that track. But yeah, aside from that, I've always gone well around there in every other time other than that. So yeah.
Back half of the season now, 4 races that you can only take double points in. You've got some tricky tracks coming up like Long Beach as well. What's the mentality going into this second half of the season now? Do you change that, or is it still the same as it has been for the first 6 weeks?
Oh, it's still to be consistent. It's still to try and get podiums every single time I'm out on track. I know that Dan took the double win tonight, but that's not going to happen every time. He'll try to make it happen, and I wouldn't put it past him to get a lot of wins from now until the end of the season, but he's not going to win every race. So I just need to stay consistent and keep finishing on the podium, really. Well,
best of luck for next week, Andy. Congrats on the 2 second places tonight. Well done, buddy.
Cheers, thank you, mate. I'm well done.
And we've got Dan in, and he just wants to be like me in a way. 2 race wins, 1 extra point for not for pole position but for a fastest lap. And Dan, the only man in the pro this year to score 50 plus points. That went a bit better than your double points at Bruno.
Well, that's what I needed after Bruno, and yeah, I could not ask for anything better. I don't know what it is, but American circuits just seem to be good for me. It happened at Indianapolis a couple of seasons back. It's happened here at Texas. I did well in Long Beach a couple of seasons back as well. My only bogey circuit is Daytona, so I was happy that we didn't have Daytona, and this seemed to, like my name says, I seem to like the unorthodox circuits.
Yeah. Fantastic pace out there tonight. Fantastic performance in that McLaren. Surprised?
Yes and no. I knew I was going to be off the pace on fastest lap, and I think as well, it was just who got the toe for me. But I've done my homework, I've done my research, and I'm too. I've learnt so much from little things that that I'm picking up, and it's helping with the McLaren. So I'm really looking forward to the next couple of tracks. Alton Park is probably the one I'm not looking forward to the most, but the rest all seem to suit this car, but Spa. So I'm looking forward to this.
And again, go into the same question as Andy, the mentality for the second half of the season. You changed your mentality since Bruno, knowing that your double points was gone. Sort of knowing that you had to beat Andy in every single race or finish in front of Andy in every single race. Is that the same mentality going into this back half of the year? Obviously, until he takes his double points, we don't know what's going to play out at this moment in the race. So what's the game plan? What's the thoughts going into next week and beyond?
Game plan going into Alton Park is probably going to be the one circuit that I know Andy will be a lot stronger than me. So it's just sticking with him. If he makes a mistake and put him under pressure, that's all I can do. There's nothing more I can do. For once this season, I may be leading the championship, but I feel like I'm the hunter, not the hunted for once. So I have to put Andy under pressure. I have to make him crack. And once I find out which double points, then his race 2 is going to be a lot more difficult for him, because I will be making it difficult. So that's the only thing I can do. I can only go for race wins, score as many points as possible, and try and put Andy under pressure.
Going into Saturday, obviously the 6 hours. What's your thoughts about Saturday? Obviously, 6 hours of Monza, very long race in the LMP2s. Are you looking forward to it?
Somewhat. I'm looking forward to, obviously, the race in general. I'm looking forward to get back in the LMP2 because I love driving that car. It's such a pleasure driving such a fast car. But
you've clearly never driven the Acura.
I mean, the McLaren's managed to do what the Acura did tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I can bring a bit more pressure to Ben at Monza. Hopefully he can have some bad luck with AI. Gary and Sutty. But hopefully I can take the fight to him. I'm going to try a few things just before the day, but I'm looking forward to it and just avoiding GTEs like the plague.
Well, we wish you the best luck going into the rest of this season, and we'll wish you the best luck on Saturday. That's all we have got time for, though. Join us, though, at midday Saturday, 12 p.m. Saturday for the 6 hour of Monza LMP2 and GT category there. We'll be back. Danny Kelly will be back next Wednesday in the commentary box at Alton Park, back on British soil, and I cannot wait to see what the Acura can do around there. If it's this good at Texas, how good will it be on a track that should suit it? Me and God knows who will be in your box next Thursday night. We'll have to find out who is around. Then hopefully it should be me and Nikki. If not, we'll have to see who else is with me that night. But Jamie, any final words from yourself? And a massive thank you for stepping in for race 2.
No, that's no worries. Just say thank you for having me in the commentary box, and hopefully you'll see me some more on Simplay. Well done to everyone tonight. That was some good racing. Some
brilliant racing, both nights, last night and tonight. Some interesting results. We didn't expect Dean on the podium. We didn't expect Little Each on the podium. And anything I can do, Dan can do it better, is, I think, what we take away from this one. But 2 sets of London buses tonight. What will happen as we go to British circuits of Alton Park next week? Join us then. But we'll see you Saturday at midday from all of us here at Simplay Motorsport. Take care. Good night. Anything Dan can do, I can do better. I can do anything better. Well, yeah, technically, because hang on, I've dropped my headset. Yeah, we are clear. You can technically talk straight after, because I can just mute it.
M. Plava says I was his driver of the day.
Well, Kelly won the vote.
Kelly got it.
Doesn't matter, like the amount of votes on Kelly. And just before I start chatting to you two, just saying goodnight to my stream. Thank you for watching. Hit that follow button if you haven't done so. Spread the stream around as well. Follow Simplay Motorsport as well. As I said, Saturday will be the 6 hour of Monza. Tune in for that. And also tomorrow night I will be streaming some Resident Evil. Also follow the gaming Will you stop butting in? I don't butt in when you're doing yours. Follow the gaming Welshman. See, now Jamie butted in now, so you join the Gaming Welshman 5 as he does all sorts of football related stuff, and also his POV of Pro-Am and F1 as well. That's, if anyone doesn't know, that's Matt's channel, so have a look on his Twitch.
And hopefully we're going to do something soon as well, Dan.
Hopefully. But mainly, go and follow and like to Simplay Motorsport, and please do that. But from myself and everyone here at Simplay, it's good night.
Hoi! Yeah.
I won't go show you finished or not.
Yeah, Dan was saying bye to his stream. Okay,
Well done.
Well, we've got a busy weekend as well as you.
By the way, at the end, Argent hit me. I'm going to put it in.
It was you. Oh, right.
That was fucking piss poor from him.
I will ask you for your footage because it's already jotted down.
Yep.
Yeah,
he was fucking piss poor, mate.
Yeah, we didn't know whether it was you or Biggs because we saw him hit a white McLaren. I cut to Biggs and it weren't Biggs. I cut to you and you looked like you were nowhere near.
Yeah, he hit me at the end. I'll find it quickly. But yeah, he hit me at the end.
Yeah, unsafe rejoin.
That was piss poor for an admin as well. I was a lucky fucker tonight. So lucky.
You just did what I did last night, and just everything happened behind you. Same as me last night. Everything happened behind me.
I was going to say, to be fair, you won the race in pretty much lap 1. When you went from 13th to 2nd, that was pretty much because you just knew Maze was going to make a mistake at some point.
Oh, he was pissing me off. He was.
I could just see you being patient, and then you made the move, and then he dropped it.
Yeah, and he was all over the fucking place, man.
Who was?
Oh yeah, Maze.
Oh,
he was in where he was going.
Every time we cut to him, he was in the wall.
He got a warning for his driving standards last week, as well as a 5-second penalty for his weaving. And I think, based off of this week, you know, you guys penalised Brim for what you saw last week. I think there could be penalty points coming Maze Gamer's way because. So pissed off with Maze right now. Hold my hands up with the rejoin, but prior to that, he hit me 3 times whilst a back marker. Oh dear.
Who's that?
There you go, Matt.
That's Argent messaging me that.
Ooh.
Is this the unsafe rejoin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to send it me, mate. I already know. We saw it on stream.
Yeah,
I'll probably ask. I will. Well, I will want it. Yeah, I will want it.
This is the only thing I want to put in. And regarding the Fury and Maze incident, I can clip that for you if you want that.
Please clip it, mate, because I want to see why Fury. Because Fury then on the Discord, I think